in Warrior Stadium. Welcome to the Warrior Sports Network pregame show. I am your host, David Gonzalez, and I am here joined with my co-host.
I'm Hayden.
And today we're going to be talking a little bit more on Warren Central versus LN. And currently, let's talk about a little bit about the rankings, as Warren is currently ranked 3rd overall in Max Preps, while the Indy Star recently ranked them 2nd. But Max Preps ranked LN 7th, while the Indy Star ranked them 6th. So what do you got for me, Hayden? What do we got to talk about?
I feel like today's matchup will be very interesting, as well as our defense will be very good against LN's offense, but our offense has to step up against LN's defense to win this game.
Yeah, especially because recently LN has showcased that they have top talent in their offense, but right now our Warrior offense has been a little slacking recently, but that's not to say they haven't been doing good. They've been doing great throughout this whole season. Multiple blowout games, multiple high-scoring games, multiple running clocks, but it's just not comparable to LN right now.
Yeah, LN's offense has been very good recently. We have a star quarterback, and they have a very good star quarterback. He has 19 touchdowns on the season so far, which has been very good so far this season. And how do you feel about our defense going up against LN's offense tonight?
We definitely have a matchup cut up for us. Our defense is one of the best in the state. I will stand by that no matter what. Our defense is spectacular. We have Damian Shakelin, Marcus Bell, so many others here helping our Warrior defense show out, and it really does ultimately become a question of, like a very old-time question. Everyone knows this question. What wins games? Offense or defense?
I feel like our defense will have to step up, but our offense has to be a big competitor in this game, because that will help us keep us in the game. Our defense can't do all the work. Our offense has to step up this game, and I feel like our offense can this week. We have Kendall Garnett, all that, and what are some key things that Warren needs to win for this game?
Some things Warren has to win is, especially on defense, LN's rushing game is spectacular. They have a star running back. He is a Mack truck. I have seen him play. He is a Mack truck. So what we need to do is focus on blitzing and focus on getting defense and sacks, because as soon as we get that quarterback out of the equation and we handle that running back situation, they will not have much for us to handle with. So, and also another thing too, Warren has to focus on its quarterback. Jaden Rivers has to focus on himself as well. That's one of the things.
Yeah, he has to carry this offense, and I feel like our star receivers and our star running back can help him out a lot. Our O-line has to limit sacks, and also our offense and our skill positions have to help out this Jaden Rivers in this offense. Our defense, though, we have had a bunch of star players, including Damian Shakelin, as he said, and I feel like our defense will help us out a lot this game. And how do you think we match up against LN's offense?
Right now, LN's offense is really undeniable. Both of our teams are 6-0, but there's a reason why we're ranked differently right now. There's a reason why we're ranked 3-0. Not 3-0. There's a reason why we're ranked 3rd overall in the state. There's a reason why we're ranked 2nd overall in the state. Is because we bring that intensity that no other high school has. We bring that fire. We bring what we bring to the table. And let me tell you what that is. Fire, power. We are ready for any team, including LN. Undefeated, 5-0, 6-0, whatever. Doesn't matter. Warren will be ready.
We're always ready for this game, and I hope this game will be very interesting. And I feel like our offense and our defense will be very good against LN, and I hope we can win this game. Even though it's going to be a good fight, we're going to win this game, I feel like. So do you have anything else for us?
No, but I feel like we know who has some more information about the players and more stats. We got Connor and Jack over there in the press box, so let's send it to them. What y'all got for us?
Central
Guys, I'm currently joined here today with Jack Basham, and we're talking about some key players.
First up, we got Xavier Moore, the star running back from Lawrence North. He averages 94.5 rushing yards per game with over 500 total rushing yards on the season, and he has 8 rushing touchdowns with 2 receiving touchdowns onto that.
And next key player is J.J. Finch with 5 sacks on the season and 12 tackles for losses and 1 fumble recovery.
Then we got Madden Barrel, the DB for Warren Central. He had that 3 interception game against BD, and then he has 5 interceptions on the season with 4 pass deflections, and he averages 4.5 tackles per game.
And next star player is Cordell Garrett with 64 yards per game and 5.4 yards per carry with 3 rushing touchdowns.
And these players, they made a huge impact. I mean,
yeah.
Starting off with J.J. Finch, that dude has been a key defensive player.
Yes, he has. I mean, 5 sacks. You don't see that from NFL players, 5 sacks in a season. And it's only, we're in the middle of the season now, so I'm ready to see what he goes out and does for the rest of the season.
Exactly. And then obviously we also got Madden Barriel on the defense. With that big 3 interception game he had, without him, I don't think we would have won that game.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And another one is Cordell Garrett. I feel like that's going to be a massive play stop that is you're not going to be able to stop it whatsoever. Exactly. I mean, he's a train going through any hole that you see. And so I feel like he's going to be something that you're going to have to keep an eye out on tonight's game.
Yeah, I mean, he gets all those big plays. You just got to – if you can't stop him, it basically means that Warren's offense is just going to be on a roll the whole time.
Oh,
obviously, our defense is going to need to play a big part in this game to stop Xavier Moore. He's only a sophomore too, which is crazy. He had a really good freshman season, and now he's coming into his sophomore season even better. Yeah,
and another player to keep your eye out on is the second running back of Jalen McMoore, number 8. I mean, I played with this guy when I was in middle school with him. He is a dog on the field. No matter what, he can find holes. He's able to bounce outside anytime he wants to. He's quick with his feet. I mean, he's just a guy that is an all-rounded, well-rounded player.
I mean, that's a scary backfield we have.
Yeah.
You got Garnett, and you got Jalen McMoore. So even it's not like you can just stop one and hope that the other's not good. But no, they're both good. They're both key players. It's hard to stop both of them.
It really is. I mean, and that's just on offense. If we move over to defense, we have the Dungy twins in the middle linebacker area. That's a scary move right there. The two of the twins that when you see them lifting weights in the weight room, you're thinking that this guy is a professional power cleaner. No, they play football, they play track, they play, I believe one of them is trying to join the golf team also. So they're multi-sport athletes, and it's scary to see him back there, especially with Amani Jackson over there in DB. I mean, he is fast going into that backpedaling, and, I mean, seeing him jump up for a ball while you're a wide receiver is something I would personally be terrified of.
And that's just linebackers and DBs. We also got 4-star recruit, LSU recruit, Damian Shanklin on the line.
We haven't even talked about him yet. And either of the 3-star recruit, Tyrone Burrs, a Louisville commit. Those two guys come from you from both ends. I mean, they're both D ends. One's on the right, one's on the left.
Yeah.
If I see them both rushing me, I'm going home.
Like, as a quarterback, I don't know what your game plan is other than just hope that your O-line can stop him every now and again. Otherwise, our D-line is definitely something to be messed with.
And going back to J.J. Finch, he's a D tackle, so he is right there in the middle of it. So when you have Damian, J.J., and Tyrone all in that middle D-line field, I'm terrified. And J.J. is a 3-star multiple. When I mean multiple, I mean 20-plus D1 offers. And they're not small D1s. I'm talking Notre Dame, Purdue, Ball State, some Ohio State. Big D1 offers.
And we also have Marcus Bell, who's also a powerhouse on the D-line. I mean, our D-line is stacked. And then, like you said, the Dungy twins at linebacker.
Yep.
And, like you already said, our DBs are they're very fast and they're very athletic. It's hard to get the ball over them.
And moving also back to the defense is Keith Jackson, number 10, back there in the safety. He is also a kickoff returner and punt returner. He is one guy that is scary to watch.
Yeah, and like you said, kickoff and punt returner, he has made big moves on our special teams this year. He has been absolutely rocking it with that one big touchdown he got against OC. And, I mean, I'm looking forward to see what he does today.
I definitely am, too. Now, moving to the game. It looks like Warren has football first. It looks like Ellen has football first.
You know, I really like these pink uniforms we got on.
I love them. They look great. I love seeing them. Quarterback now stepping back in the pocket. It's going to be a run play right up the middle, and Tyrone Burrs is going to knock that down. He said, "You ain't moving nowhere today."
And that was one of the key players right there. Number 3 is Xavier Moore for LN, and he just got stuffed. That's exactly what we need our D-line to do. If they can do that all game, then I don't see how LN's going to be able to do much against us.
Yeah. I definitely don't understand it, and I definitely don't see it happening. And I'm quite worried about how LN is going to handle our defense because I feel like it's not going to be too great.
It's not going to be too great.
It's going to be an air ball out, and it's a number 8. That's going to be a catch, and he's going to break a few tackles and juke a few people. Looks like that's going to be ended up on the 35.
Yeah, senior wide receiver Chandler there for LN with a big catch. And, I mean, number 7, the quarterback, Aspaslet, made a really good throw there, and it was just perfect.
In Warren Central territory.
That was an absolutely perfect throw. And, I mean, it don't get no better than that starting out a game immediately, right out the gate.
I mean, you did get stuffed that first play, but that second play, you just went deep. You went deep, and I don't think we were expecting it because we were ready for that run. We were expecting them to go heavily on run game.
Yeah. Here comes, let's be another quick little run play right up the middle from number 3 of Moore. That's going to get stopped down. It looks like from Marcus Bell and Jeremiah Finch.
By number 34, Marcus Bell.
Yeah, it looks like around the 28 or 28. They're moving downfield right now. I'm expecting.
And it all happened with that big toss-up in the air.
And I mean, I'm expecting another play here. I feel like they're going to go for pass because, you know, the run, it's been getting stuffed. Our D-line has been figuring that out. Now, if we can figure out how to stop the pass game too, our defense is definitely going to be a key factor.
Here comes, he's going to step back in the pocket a little bit, air it out. He's going to get some room to run, and he's going to get open field, and that's going to be a touchdown for Lawrence North. Starting it right out the gate. Lawrence North ain't here to play.
Yeah.
They are not.
Wide receiver number 2, Moore, he got that ball right at the line, and he just took off. He took off. There was opening space, and he took his opportunity and got it.
Yeah. I mean, an impressive play call by LN. I mean, that was a great play call from them.
Looks like there might be a flag on the play, so this is going to be coming back.
Yeah, there is a flag out on the play. We're going to get the call from the officials here.
I mean, that's
I wonder if it was a false start or maybe jump off sides a little bit.
Or maybe even holding, because he did have a lot of open space. I feel like that would have been tough to get that much open space on that play. I feel like our defense would be on that usually. And a lot of teams have been coming out with these bubble passes because that seems to be working on our defense. Like we saw against BD, Mark Zachary, he got that one big play on that bubble pass. A lot of teams love doing these short passes because it kind of shreds through our defense since we have a really good run defense and usually a really good deep ball defense. So
I do agree with you there. We're going to see what now happens here. So they're going to be going back to it. It's going to be a long handoff, and that's going to be taken down by looks to be Marcus Bell again. He's not playing any games, and Madden with the assist there. I mean, they took after the guy.
It looked like a read option there. Quarterback, I feel like he could have took the ball, but instead he chose to hand it off to number 10, Turner, and he just couldn't get anything out of it.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. Here's another play call. He's going to air it out up top a little bit. Hit number 3 of Moore again, and that just smacked his hands, and is not what he wanted to see on that one.
Yeah, that was right in his hands. You got to come down with that. I mean,
he was wide open too.
Wide open. That would have been a solid. That would have been a
solid 5 to 8 yards there, plus some.
Yeah, if not him, breaking a tackle and maybe even taking it to the end zone.
Yeah. And that's just from an offensive coordinator standpoint. That's something that I would criticize on is making those quick little plays that can end up being a big play. He's going to step back in pocket now. He's going to air it out, and it looks to be he did catches it, but I wonder if he stepped out of bounds first.
They look like they're going to call it a touchdown.
That was the air out to number 0, Marcus Jackson. That was a really nice play on LN there, and that was a tough snag from Jackson.
Yeah, that was, perfect throw. He had that right over the DB, and he got it in the only spot that his wide receiver could catch it. And, of course, that was an insane catch. He was able to keep his foot in, and he came down with the ball. After a drop past the play before, that's what you want to see.
Yeah.
That's what you want to see as a coach.
And I apologize. It wasn't number 0. It was number 8 of Davion Chandler. And that was a massive grab by him. It looks like now the kicking team is going to be out here for an extra point. Let's see if they're able to put 7-0 on our Warriors. And now this isn't just some small team that could easily be pushed around.
The point after attempt
And it looks to be
is
that
blocked.
extra point was deflected. But like I was saying, this isn't just some small team that can just be pushed around. Both of these teams, Warren and Lawrence North, are 6-0. That's
a huge
massive. That is a massive game. And this is also game of
And
the
with 9
week.
minutes and 47
That's big to
seconds
say.
remaining
Yeah,
in
that adds a
the
lot of
first
pressure on
quarter.
both teams here because not only are they game of the week, but like you said, they're both undefeated. Now, that brings a lot more pressure because if you lose, you don't have that undefeated season anymore. They're playing for that one spot.
They're playing for that number 1 spot of it. I mean, Warren Central is ranked 4th in Indiana. Lawrence North is ranked 6th. That's a massive thing to say.
And basically whatever team wins here is most likely going to move into the top 3.
Yeah. And also, another thing to put into it is the series we've been playing. Warren is up 41-14 over LN since we started playing them. But Warren has lost 4 straight games to Lawrence North. So there's some pride and some hatred going into this game.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming out here. We're looking to stop that streak. That's what our goal is.
Yeah.
We have that big lead in the total all-time matchup, but having 4 in a row, you need to end it now. That's what their goal is coming out here, and they're trying to just get that win, stay undefeated.
Yeah. I don't think they're really caring too much about the series or about the deficit loss against them. Both teams want to keep that undefeated record going into it and going into the week 7. Or not going into week 8. Looks like Lawrence North showing a little showmanship out there,
Yeah,
a little action before the kicking.
Interesting formation. Looked like they were trying to fake an onside.
That was an interesting play on them. I wonder if they're going to do that every time now. Here comes the kicker. He's going to put a boot on it, a weird boot. That's going to go out a little bit. Kyron Williams is going to catch it. It's like that might be a touchback.
I feel like I wouldn't have risked catching it because
I would have immediately took the touchback. I don't know if that is a touchback. They might be taking it on the 5 now.
I don't know if it was just me, but it looked like he caught it on the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
Instead of he should just let it go back just to be safe because you never can be too safe. And if he dropped that ball and they were able to recover it, that would have been a touchdown for them. So
Yeah, that would have been. So that was definitely some risky play calling from him.
That's something that a coach is going to talk to him and be like, you can't do that. Because that's just, if a mistake were to happen, and it looks like the refs are trying to figure it out because it seems like one of the refs is trying to point at the 1 yard line like they're supposed to be down there.
Yeah.
And it seems like they might be.
It looks like they will be on the 1 yard line instead of taking the touchback. And that's going to put Warren in a very unique predicament having our offense come out here with Rivers as the starting quarterback.
Here, you just need to get yards. It's not about big plays. You just need to get
out of the end zone.
Because even just 2-3 yards, you need that extra space you can have for your quarterback to work.
Rivers now in the back with Kendall Garnett, number 25. It's going to be a quick little handoff, and he's going to try to run right up the middle. And they might be on the 1 yard line again, or that might be a safety.
From this angle,
it looks like that's back on the 1 yard. But I know LN was hoping for a safety there, put some more points up on the board.
Especially after that blocked extra point that Marcus Bell had. See, from this angle, it kind of looked like he never got past the line.
It does look like that for sure.
But I'm not complaining about it.
We're Warriors here.
Yeah.
So Kendall Garnett probably a little bit upset by that. I mean,
Definitely
first play out there for no gain. He's going to get the ball again. He's going to find some holes. He's going to find a pocket. It looks like he's going to be put down on the 9 yard line.
That's what you want to see. A little bounce back. He had a bad run.
Quick little bounce back is what you need. Exactly.
So you come back with a bigger run. Now they have space. Now they have space to work.
They got room to breathe. I mean, it's 3rd and 2. I would go in it with calm shoulders, relax, but confident.
Yeah.
Stay confident in situations like these where you're in your own backfield.
I'm expecting, they're either going to run it again or a short pass to someone like Chaz Corley or Eric Hester because that size, it would just be an easy 2 yards to pick up.
Yeah, Chaz Corley being number 89, Eric Hester being number 87. And there's going to be another quick handoff to number 25, Kendall Garnett. He's going to find a big run out to that high side up there, and he's going to move the chains up again. That was a massive run.
Massive run. I think the defense was expecting a little bit more of a pass there, but we came out with that run, that outside run. He bounced it to the left, and he got a solid gain on that to put us, up to the 26, it looks like?
Yeah, and as they say, play good, feel good, and possibly look good. Kendall Garnett has a few little pink tape around his face mask there, and that's pretty fancy out there. Kendall Garnett here with the ball again. He's going to find not such the greatest hole, but it's going to move up just a little bit, about a 1 or 2 yard gain there. But as I was saying, you look good, you play good, you feel good, and he got a look on him. He has some high pink socks going on, the face mask, the pink little tape on the face mask. I mean,
it's clean.
It is clean. I will agree.
And like you said, play good. If he gets on a roll here, I don't see why we would stop using him. We've 4 runs in a row. He's gotten us 20 yards down, more than 20 yards downfield.
Yeah. And as we were saying about his stats, it's 5+ yards per carry. I'm not quite sure what happened there. It's like the turf monster might have stuck his hand up and grabbed a shoelace or something, but it's like he slipped up a little bit. That's going to be a little bit of loss for about 1 or 2 yards.
That's going to get in his head a little bit because he had a hole there. He had a hole to go. He would have got a solid 5 yards. He's going to be down about that play, but you just got to forget about it. Come to the next one. 3rd and long here. Your quarterback's going to need to make a play. That's what needs to happen.
Back to 3rd and 10 now. Rivers not getting the play from coaches. Getting out there, seeing what's going on, giving the play to the O-line. Everyone's getting set. Here comes it's going to be a quick little QB draw right up the middle just to move the chains, to move up a little bit, not even move the chains. I'm not sure what they were trying to do there.
I think they were trying to, confuse the defense. I wasn't expecting a QB run.
Not right up the middle either.
It's an interesting call. It's like they kind of gave up on this drive. They didn't
kind of look like they did it, yeah.
I would say not even 1 out of 10 times that would work.
No. I'm not even sure how that would work. But Damian Shanklin now stepped back as the punter with Caden Harris as the long snapper. Now it's going to be a beautiful snap. Damian going to put a boot on it, send it up in the air now. That's going to go, and that's going to roll a little bit. Looks to be about on the 50-yard line of what it looks like, or the 49.
And that's not one of his best punts. We've seen a
lot of better punts, but that was a pretty solid punt, though.
It was high, it didn't have the length that they wanted. Now they're going to have it about midfield. Ellen is coming out here with all the momentum. You get a big play, you score, then you get a big defensive stop. I mean, they have just completely crushed the momentum that Warren had coming into this being home field advantage, So now Ellen's going to come out here. If they put points on the board, it's going to put Warren in a tough situation.
Mm-hmm. And for the people who do not know, the pink jerseys represent breast cancer. And we do have a few breast cancer mamas out there here for the game. I mean, talk about the head coach. Head coach's wife, Mama Kirsch, as we call her, she's a 1-year survivor of breast cancer. And, I mean, it's a big impact that we like to show here at Warren. It really is. And that was a quick little bubble and almost a fumble there.
Yeah.
We almost recovered on that one.
Seemed like he got it, and then it just slipped. He just slipped out of his hands. But luckily, him and his teammate, they both dived on the ball. Good recovery on their part, but they're going to definitely come here looking to bounce back off of that.
Yeah, they definitely will. I mean, that's not something you want to see the moment that you come back from a touchdown. He's going to air that out. It is caught. He's going to break a few tackles. It looks like a shoe comes off.
Yeah, it looked like
that's interesting to see there.
Number 8, Davion Chandler caught that ball, and so far we've seen him twice. He caught the first touchdown pass, and now this quarterback is looking really good.
He is. Turner is looking great out there. He looks comfortable back in that pocket. He's not afraid to step back and throw that ball in the air.
He is not afraid at all, which is why their offense is working so well for them. When your quarterback isn't afraid and he's confident to do what he can do best.
Turner now, he's going to hand it off. They're going to pick up a few more. Moore's going to juke out a player, and he's going to try and truck a few players on that one.
Number 3.
I mean, as we were saying earlier, he's a tank. He's a dog. And there's going to be a dogfight between these two teams.
And I think you can tell, too, that we have been really stopping this run. That's obviously our defensive game plan here.
Oh,
our
yeah.
defensive game plan coming into this game was to stop Xavier McMoore just because of how good he can be, how explosive he can be. And it is backfiring a little bit on us because now their passing is really working on us.
Yeah, it definitely is. Turner stepping back in the pocket now, getting ready for it. He's going to step back a little further. He's going to air it out, and they're going to pick up a few yards on that one to number 1 of Marshawn Sales. And that was a quick little pass and quick little play there to pick up a few yards.
Yeah, nice curl route from number 1, and it's going to work for them every time. Our DBs are playing back. They're playing deeper instead of shorter, and these curl routes are just going to tear them up every single time.
Yes, they will. And, I mean, that's the thing that you got to watch out for, and our DBs really got to watch out for is these simple little curl bubble passes and quick little read options that could eat up a defense alive. Turner now, he's going to hand off to Moore. Moore's going to find a big pocket, and he's going to turn on the Jets, and he's going to go in for a touchdown. But there is a flag out on the play.
Even if there's a flag, that's exactly what I was just talking about. He can be explosive. He can make plays happen. He broke 1 to 2 tackles, made a move, and he was just in the end zone. It seems too easy for him. He's too silky smooth on the ground.
Yeah, he really is, and it's the footwork that you got to watch out for. And, I mean, if I was a Warrior and that flag doesn't call back the touchdown, I wouldn't be too worried about it. I mean, it's only the first half. It's the first quarter. There's still a whole lot of game left to play.
But if you think about it, this is now 2 touchdowns they've had called back. So we are getting a little lucky. But technically, the flag could have resulted. That's the reason they got the touchdown. If it was a holding, that's the reason they got the touchdown.
Yeah.
So here, our Warrior defenses need to stay positive, keep coming out, keep pushing, and keep doing what they're trying to do.
I do agree with you there. And as you were saying, it is lucky, and it is pure luck, but you can only run off of that luck for so long. And so you do not know if that luck is going to end the next drive, in the next quarter, in the next game.
So we definitely need someone to come out here, step up, and make a play.
I do agree with you there, Jack. Turner now, he's going to throw it up in the air, and that's going to be behind the wide receiver on that one. Looks like the intended target was number 8 of Davon Chandler, and I'm not quite sure what was going on there because it looked like nobody on the offense was ready for that.
I think it was going to be it was a little out route. He was trying to get it where the DB couldn't, but he overthrew him a little bit. And actually, that touchdown was not called back.
That was for
2 points. So that's our fault on that. Thought the flag called them back. Anyway, Xavier Moore had that big 20, 25-yard rushing touchdown, and then they went for the 2-point and obviously didn't get it.
Interesting play call there for the 2 points. I mean, now it's 12-0 LN on top now with 3 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
And even though it seems like Warren has been struggling, this is really good. 12-0, it's not 14. It's still if you score, you're only down 5 or 4 if we go for 2, because we do like to go for 2 on that first touchdown. So our offense is going to need to come out here and make a play. Jaden Rivers is going to need to step up specifically. If we can't get that passing game going, I don't see how we're going to come back in this game. I do trust in our running backs, Jalen McMoore, Kendall Garnett, but they can't do everything for us.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. And even Brandon Bobo, he's a third-string running back, and he already has 50-plus yards almost every other game. And so he's able to get out there and able to run that ball really well. But as you were saying earlier, that passing game is going to have to step up. But we don't know how the passing game looks because we haven't thrown the ball yet.
Exactly.
And so it's going to be interesting to see on how it really does, because we could be out there throwing dimes, throwing Hail Marys, and people are picking them up. Or we could be throwing the ball and throwing interception, and that's something we don't want to see. And that's something I'm afraid that Rivers is afraid of.
Yeah.
And it's something that he does not want to see, and so he's going to keep it on the ground, keep it low.
Exactly, because you can tell he gets scared in that pocket. He
does a little bit, yeah.
And that's why he throws so many interceptions a game, is because he's playing scared. If he can build confidence, get on a roll, then our offense will start moving.
Yeah, I do agree with you there, Jack. And, I mean, I love the running game as the next person, but it's only so fun for so long.
And you can only run so much because it takes time off.
And with the
If
extra
you are
yardage
down,
from
if you're
the
down 2
previous
possessions
penalty,
specifically,
Yeah.
the ball sails in
and
the
you're running the
back
ball,
of
you're
the
chewing
end
your own
zone
clock.
for a
You're
touchback.
basically like walking
Warren
into your
Central
own
will
death.
begin
You're just
their
you're
drive
chewing clock while not making
from
much
their own
progress, unless if
20-yard
you were to
line.
break out for a big run. That's
Yeah.
why you need to get this passing game involved. You need to get Jaden Rivers confident. Then you can mix in the run every now and again and confuse the defense.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. Rivers now back out there again. I did see AD in the huddle. He is our second string quarterback, Anthony Dennison. He's ready to get out there and ready to sling that ball around. There's going to be another pass handoff to Jalen Moore. He's going to find a big stop, and he's going to run over some LN players. As I was saying earlier, he is a tank. He's a train that is coming for the destination, and the destination is that end zone.
Yeah, it's hard to bring him down without having 2 or more players on him. As you saw there, that first guy couldn't get him down, so he got some help from his teammate.
Yeah.
But if we can keep this up, I don't see the problem with running. It's just once he gets stopped 1 or 2 times, you need to bring out that pass. Otherwise, the defense is going to expect the run every single time.
Yeah. And I know Coach K is a guy for the pass. Here comes the pass, as we were talking about, and that's going to be thrown out of bounds. It looks like the intended target might have been number 1 of Kyron Williams.
And that wasn't anywhere near him.
No, it was not. I understand Kyron's about 5'6", 5'5", but you got to be able to hit his chest. Hit it in his arm span at least.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we were talking about with Jaden Rivers. He's not confident. He's afraid, and his accuracy is just so 50-50. He can make the greatest throw you've ever seen, or it can be the worst throw you've ever seen.
And that's not something you really want to see from a quarterback. He's going to try pass it again. He's going to throw it off to 89 of Chaz Corley for the quick little bubble pass, and that's going to bring up the Warriors a little bit. But it looks like Chaz might have had a foot out of bounds when he caught that one.
Yeah, it did kind of look
Number
like it
89,
because
Chaz
you could
Corley.
tell he almost ran into his own coach there.
5 yards
Yeah.
gained on the play.
But
That brings up 3rd
that's
and
what
5.
I at least like to see out of the play calling. I like to see us getting Chaz Corley involved, getting Eric Hester involved. We need to get these big receivers, these big playmakers
And you
involved.
can really get Chaz Corley involved. I mean,
Exactly.
he's 6'4", 6'5". He's able to jump up that and catch that ball easily. And there goes another pass to Chaz Corley. He's going to get wrapped up and step out of bounds. That's going to be a big move for your Warriors there. That's about another 5 to 8 yards, and the chains are going to move. That's going to be now a first down for our Warriors.
You know, that's a little interesting. Looks like the refs were trying to figure out if it was a first down or not. I think they're going to call it a first down here. But
They might have been a little
he
confused.
was really close. He was really close to not making it.
Yeah, he was. He was indeed. Rivers not stepping back. It's going to be a handoff to Jalen Moore. He's going to try and jump over his own player, what looked to be Javon Guess, to jump over and trying to keep it going, but the O-line ended up pancaking a guy, and Jalen Moore got tripped up on that one.
Yeah, not the best play there. And like you said earlier, we really need to use Chaz Corley because of his size. When he's in those one-on-one situations, at that point, you can really just throw it up to them and hope that he can come down. Because he's coming down with those, I would say, 80% of the time.
And as you look on the screen there, you can see Jalen McMoore being at the size that he can be. And that's going to be a sack on Rivers. This will be number 4 of Damian Lynchford. And that's a big play for LN right there. Not something you want to see after a first down.
Now, it looked like a QB option play again. We love running those QB options. But this time, I mean, Jalen McMoore was wide open. He was wide open on his left. He could have hit him any time, and we could have got a solid 5, if not the first down on that play.
Yeah, we easily could have got a first down on that play. And Jalen McMoore was open up on top of that field on the left side up there. And Rivers just did not look behind him. Rivers not going to hold the ball. He's going to try and move it up a bit, but he's going to get tackled. It looks to be about the 40-yard line. Not quite sure what he was looking to do there. He could have just did a little flea flicker up to Jalen McMoore that was right in front of him. That if you look back onto it, he had his hand out behind him, like, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball.
See, I really wish I could know what is going through Rivers' head right now because based on what I've seen, there hasn't been one good decision yet. He keeps taking these options. He keeps taking the ball and just sneaking it. There's no reason for him to take that there. They need 16 yards. There's absolutely no reason for him to take that.
Yeah. I mean, I would understand a QB sneak on the 3-yard line, maybe the 5. But when you need 16 yards, there's no reason a QB should be running it. And that was a great punt by Damian Shanklin. That's going to roll up a bit. Looks like that's going to be about, I want to say the 12 or the.
Looks like the 12, yeah.
The 12 or 13 over there.
And that's the Damian Shanklin we know. That's the punch that we see all the time. That even though we are on our own side of the field, even pushed further back, he can get it all the way across into the 10-yard line and get them in bad field position.
I do agree with you there, and that was just a massive punt by Damian. Again, I mean, he's also on the D-line and a punter too, playing essentially almost both sides of the ball.
And he even sometimes comes in for tight end.
He does come in for tight end once in a blue moon. So Damian is a very well-rounded player. LN now has the ball again. Turner going to throw it out to number 10. Number 10 of Davon Turner.
I feel like we've been saying his name a lot. You know, he keeps getting that ball. They keep doing little short plays with him. He might be a little underrated in this game. I feel like if they keep using him how they are, it's going to take more pressure off of people like number 8, Davion Chandler, people like Xavier Moore, and it'll open up more opportunities for them. So right now, they're playing exactly how they want.
Oh, yeah, they definitely are for sure.
Up 12-0 away, and you have ball. It's going exactly.
And the second quarter is almost here with 10 seconds left to go. I mean, they're ready just now to call out and get ready for the second quarter. And that's going to be a massive stop for our Warren defense. It looks to be Damian Shanklin was on top of that one.
11, Jeremy Finch.
I stand corrected. J.J. Finch, like we said again, that's another tackle for losses. Add that 12 up to a 13 now.
1 yard loss.
And that's going to end the first quarter. Not looking too good for the Warriors here. Nothing on offense has really been moving, and defensively, we haven't been holding up to what we usually are.
No, we have not, and, I mean, that's just one sad part about it for our offense. But, I mean, we knew our defense was going to be putting up a game, but we didn't quite know if our offense was.
Exactly, and coming out here against LN, you need everyone to do everything they can.
You need everybody to succeed on their job and dominate their job.
Because if we're not playing at 110%, if we're not playing better than we can, we're not going to beat LN. This is another undefeated team. They have star players, even if no matter what grade they're in. Xavier Moore is a sophomore, like we said before, but he still has just been tearing up our defense. So people like him, their quarterback, number 7, Asplet, they've all been working our defense around, and we just don't know what to do.
We really don't. And, I mean, as an offensive player, or used to be an offensive player, that's just – it's something you don't want to see because everybody wants to hit the field. Everyone wants to stay on the field. But as you can tell, J.J. Finch, he's tired. He's getting exhausted. Yeah, he's ready. He wants to get a drink of water.
You can tell our defense is getting tired because our offense can't keep the ball too long right now. It's just – we need to get a stop here, and we need our offense to come out and have a longer drive, but still we need to put points up.
You know what we do need? We need an interception from Madden.
That would be amazing right now. That would be exactly what we need. We need a big play.
That is. Turner not going to step back in the pocket. He's going to throw it up, and it's another interception from Madden Burkett, as I called it.
I mean, you literally just predicted that.
I really did.
I can't believe you just spoke that into existence.
Madden Barrio, I do apologize. Madden Barrio.
What a play by him. He was a little bit further back. He came in, and he got down for that one. He got down in the dirt. He got rough, and he was able to come up with the ball. That's exactly what we needed. We needed a DB. We needed someone to force a turnover. Now our offense comes back on the field in the red zone. And I feel like this is usual for us, but when we're in the red zone, our team is completely different. Our offense works so much better. You see Jaden Rivers actually be confident because when he doesn't need too much yards, when he can trust in his weapons here, that's when he comes out more.
Yes, it is. I do agree with you there. Rivers feels a lot more confident in the red zone, which you wouldn't think quite happens, but he's going to lob that ball up. And it looks to be the intended target was Chaz Corley. But Chaz just stopped running there for a moment.
I don't really think that was a bad ball. I feel like he could have.
That was a really good ball.
And as we were just saying, he gets more confident when he's on their side of the field. And he got confident. He threw it into his one-on-one coverage. That's the person. That was their key target. They wanted Chaz Corley there.
Yeah.
And he just seemed to stop. I'm a little confused on what he was doing there.
I know Coach is probably going to chew him out in the film tomorrow morning for that one. Jalen McMoore now with the ball, number 6. Oh, no, Brandon Bobo now with the ball, number 6. He got a few yards up on that one.
And like you said, we have
3
so
yards
many
gained
running
on
backs
the
we
play.
can
That
use.
brings up
It always
37.
keeps the defenders guessing, you know?
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, from throwing a ball up, and when I mean throwing a ball, I mean 30-plus yards throwing a ball up in the air to now keeping it down low and throwing it out. Now it's like to be Kendall Garnett now out there, number 25, besides alongside of Rivers there. Rivers now going to throw out of the pocket. He's going to find a target to Kyron Williams. He's going to trip up on his feet. And if the turf monster didn't catch him there, he was going to go in that end zone.
Number one, Kyron Williams, that was an amazing play by him. He came down with the ball, he broke one defender, and boom, he just started going. It's just, he went faster than he expected. He went faster than he wanted, which is why he started tripping up on his own feet.
He went faster than his body could.
So it's really good. It's still a good play, and they're in perfect position to score now. It's first and basically 9, first and 8. They don't need too much yards here. This is the position that we want Jaden Rivers to be in.
And even if we can't get a touchdown here, a quick little field goal would be nice. But it looks to be number 34, Marcus Bell. As we said, he's a two-way player. He's able to get that ball and able to run up the middle with it. And as he does, he picks up a few yards there.
And that's something that's going to confuse the defense. That's what our offensive coordinator is really good at, constructing our offense to confuse the defense. They always have different plays. We're running Wildcat with a defensive lineman right now. That is not something you usually see.
No, it really is not.
And
Marcus is going to get the ball stripped. And LN's going to run down the field from number 4 of Davion Lynchford. We've called his name out before now. They're going to get a touchdown.
Wildcats.
Now, I don't understand why we kept Marcus Bell in the Wildcat. They already saw what he's done once. They're ready for it a second time. They had four people on him. They had 4 people instantly on him, stripped the ball, and he was just gone. There was no one to catch him. That's not what you want to see right now. We got that.
And it looks like they were trying to do a little bit of some Florida Gator special and throw it right over top of the O-lineman to maybe Kyron Williams, maybe Rivers even.
Yeah,
a T-bone special.
Little interesting play there, and I know our defense is not happy about that. Madden Barrow just got that pick. He just got that big play that we've been needing, put us in perfect field position, and our offense comes up with no points, and even worse, giving the other team points.
Yeah, and I would feel awful if I was on offense right now. I mean, especially if I was Marcus Bell. I would not want to go back on the field right now. And I know he had to run all the way back down there to the end of the field to stop this from a 2-point conversion, in which case they do not.
Xavier Moore he's just too quick. He's too fast. You can't get him in time. That 2 yards is the easiest pickup of his life.
Yeah, it really is. And that's not something you want to see on the Warren side. The game is 20-0. LN is up. 9:42 to go in the second quarter before half.
You know, this is really interesting. We came into this expecting a dogfight. We were expecting it to be closer, but 20-0 with basically the start of the second quarter. This is interesting. Warren's going to need to mount a huge comeback here. They're going to need to put some points on the board before the half and keep LN scoreless from here on out. So at least going into halftime, they're not down too much.
Yeah, and as we said during the BD game, Warren is more of a second-half team. So we don't quite know what's going to happen when they come out that second half. They could come out, score 40.
We still definitely need to put it into arm's reach. We need to make sure that we can still be in this game here. So score on this possession, hold them, and that would be fine. Going down 20-7, 20-8, 20-14, whatever it's going to be at the half, be down 1 or 2 possessions. Then, like you said, we're a better second half team. We'll learn to adapt. That's what we do best, and we'll come out in the second half and hopefully take over.
I do agree with you there. And I mean, being down 3 possessions is not something you want to see. Any team. What doesn't matter if you're the number 1 team in the world, being down 3 possessions, that's a tough comeback to make. I mean, there is still a lot of game left to go, but you never know what's going to happen because it's not like their offense is going to be like, hey, guys, you guys got this, okay?
Yeah.
They're not going to stop no matter what, and neither is their defense, and neither is our offense and defense. So it's going to be even more of a dogfight now to get that back. And then to take the lead, man, it's going to take a lot. Keith Jackson's now going to try and run up the left side of it, and he's going to try and get a few yards up on that one. So he's going to be around the 30, about the 30-yard line.
solid return there. That's a good start to the drive. Now what we need someone to come out and be a star player. Right now, our running backs have been playing well. We've been having our run game well, but it's just there's been certain mistakes. A tackle for loss, a fumble for a touchdown. We really need to get this passing game we need to get it going. And we need Eric Hester, we need Javon Guest, we need Chaz Corder. We need someone to come out here, make a play, and become the star player that we need to take over this game.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. I mean, we've been saying this since the first drive.
Exactly.
But guys, we need them to come back. We need Rivers to step up and to take over and find something that works. It's either the run, pass, him running up the middle, which probably won't happen, but you never know. That's going to be a handoff. It looks to be to number 6 of James Clark. I mean, he's going to try and run up the middle. He's going to be a little gain, about 2 or 3 yards, and there is a Warrior down. But as we were saying earlier, we got to find something that works for our offense.
We really do, because what we've been seeing is just a lot of mistakes, which we keep saying over and over again, but that's just what keeps happening over and over again. If our offense can't come out here and do something, this game's impossible to come back from, no matter how good the defense plays from here on out.
Yeah, no matter how it is, it's going to be hard. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. They know it's not going to be easy. Everybody knows it's not going to be easy, but I don't feel like people really realize how hard it is to be able to come back from a 3 possessions, and then take over the lead for the win, maybe?
Yeah, and this is one of those situations where it's easier said than done.
It's a lot easier said than done.
Easier said than done. And to be honest, our Warrior team, we really can only blow out these teams. We can really win these close games if our offense is stepping up. They are the weakness right now. The defense is always playing well most of the time, and the offense, if the offense can't have anything productive, the defense is not going to have anything productive either, because they're always on the field. They're getting tired. They're getting bad field position. They're always going to have a chance to just get scored on, which is why the offense needs to come out here and make something happen.
I do agree. And another part of it is also the defense holding up their end of the deal. I mean, as people went into it, a lot of people told me earlier this week, Ellen's a better team on paper. But I have a feeling that Warren's going to come back from it.
Me too.
And it just feels like if you do look on it on paper, LN is the more dominant team. But there's also goes into it the heart, the spirit. And that's what our defense has. They have the heart and the spirit to lock down anything they need to. But to be honest, they haven't really been showing it here. I mean, we're now a 20-point deficit.
Yeah, and I think to spark that, we're going to need the offense to come out here and spark it for the defense. Make them think that they're in this game.
Yeah, I do agree there. There is a flag out on the play. It looks to be false start. L. Lynn's pointing to Warren. Warren's taking a few steps back. I wonder if it is false start on Warren there. They're going to take quite a few steps back now. That's going to be a loss of 5.
You can't have that happening. This is not what you need, and momentum just keeps growing and growing on that LN side. And if you're looking at what I'm looking at, their stands are packed. It looks like they have more than Warren at this point.
Hey, there's a lot of people that listen in, all right? Rivers not going to find Javon Guest, number 35, and that's going to be a pickup of a few yards, maybe 1 or 2. But Javon guy, it looks like a LN defense went for his legs there.
Yeah, he got him down real quick, and that's how you beat these tall guys. We have all these tall receivers, all these big receivers. The easy way to beat them is go for the legs.
It really is. It really is indeed. I mean, he's 6'6".
Yeah.
I'm not going to go for his chest. I don't know about you, but I'm not. I'm going to go for the knees.
1 yard loss on the play.
And with that, then you have people like Kyron Williams,
who's just 5'5".
So we have a lot of contrast on our offense, and that helps with diversity, but we need to learn how to use them.
Yeah, I do agree with that. And it's going to be another quick pass. It looks to be number 25, I believe, of Kendall Garnett. And that one's not going to be much of a gain there. And so you can't really have that, all right? You can't really quite have that, especially for 2 quick little plays, quick little bubbles. And now it's 3rd and 11.
Actually, it's going to be 4th down with Damian Shanklin coming out here to punt.
4th and 11. I'm sorry. Sorry about that one. 4th and 8. I do apologize. It's a little hard to see. Damian not going to put a boot on it. He's going to send that one up in the sky, quite big. And so that's not going to be the greatest punt of all time, but it will put our Warren defense in a better position.
Now, if I'm Warren defense here, I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling confident. I'm not feeling like we're in this game because the offense keeps letting them down over and over. Like, they got them in a perfect field position last time, and the offense let them down with a fumble recovery for a touchdown. So what you need is to show the offense that you're still in it. What you need is to still have that hype, still have that confidence, come out here, make another stop, and put it into your offense's hands and hope that they can make something happen.
Hey, I called it earlier in the game, but you know what would spark up something? If Madden Barrio had an interception. I called it earlier, and he did. I wonder if it's going to happen again. Number 3 of Moore now running up the right side of the field. He's going to find a few little pockets, and he's going to pick up what looks to be a first down.
And
that was a quick first down for Moore there.
After that first drive, we had a really good run defense. But ever since, we haven't been able to stop him. He has taken a burst, especially ever since that 25-yard rushing touchdown he had. He seems unstoppable.
Yeah, he does. He does indeed. And it's not quite something you want to hear, but the truth is the truth. Turner not going to get the ball. He's going to find a pocket. And that's going to be an interception from, guess who? Madden Barrio.
And he's just a unit on the defense. This guy is wherever the ball is. He's a ball hawk. He's on that every single time.
Dude, you know when you're in youth league and you hate the ball hog? Madden Barrio was that ball hog. But now you don't hate him. Now you love him for it.
Exactly. And with this pace, he's looking to break the interceptions that he had that one game against BD. He had 3. But right now he's at 2, and it's not we're barely even halfway through the second quarter.
Barely even halfway through. But you know what's even better than that? Me calling it for a second time. That's something to say.
You just need to say it every single defensive drive now.
I think I will.
It's going to happen.
I think I will. But I feel like that's definitely a spark that we needed for our offense there. I mean, them coming out, and now our defense is now taking a quick little break. I know Madden's hyped up. He's ready to get back on the field. He's probably ready to run a marathon now. Rivers not going to step back in pocket. He's going to air it out. And he's going to throw an interception to LN. And they're going to run it all the way back to the end zone again.
Number 12, Javonte Wilson. It looked like he was trying to throw to Kyron Williams, but it wasn't. It was a big overthrow into double coverage against a 5'5" receiver. I don't understand what Jane Rivers is thinking there. I mean, as you can see here, it was double coverage, and it was just right to number 12 of Williams. And good blocks on Ellen's part. It was just an easy pick 6.
It really was. I mean, he put the Jets on, and he ran halfway down the field to score, and that's going to bring up LN 26-0. Man.
It seems like whenever Madden gets an interception, we let up a touchdown on offense somehow.
I think I'm going to need to start calling Jackson to get the interception.
You're going to need to start saying
Amani Jackson.
Now, the thing here is our defense, they're going to need to come out here.
Coach K having some wise words with the refs there. I wonder what's going on now.
Looks like there might have been a flag on the play, and this might be getting called back, and our offense will get another chance. Yeah, it looks like it was going to be on the defense.
Yeah, there is a flag out on the play. Rivers is not going to get his second shot. Hopefully he's able to bring it back and not throw an interception here.
I don't see them putting it back in his hands. I feel like at this point, you either take him out or you just run. He's scared now. He's afraid. He's made all these mistakes, and he just threw a pick 6. The flag saved him.
That's as we were talking about earlier, the luck. We don't know if it's going to stay with him or if it's not.
So right now, what I would do is either you got to replace him, or you're just going to have to heavily rely on that run game and short throws so he physically cannot make a mistake.
And as placing him is Anthony Dennison, who did have a finger injury week 1 and came back during the Pike game, which was last week. I'm not quite sure how well he did because I was not there, but you never really know. But LN will keep the ball. They just will not have the touchdown. So it was an interception Marcus Bell with the tackle of losses there.
Yeah, that is our fault. It looked like they were going to keep Warren with the ball, but it was a pick, and it might have just been like a holding or something, so instead they just lose yardage on the pick.
Yeah, I believe they do. But now it's going to be 2nd and 13. Marcus there with a big stop to show that the defense is still alive and ready to go. And I mean, that's exactly what you need.
That's what you need. They're on their own 7.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Let's see what our defense can do here if they can get another turnover.
I think I'm going to say it again. I have a good feeling that Madden Barrio is going to have another interception here. Almost sacked by Damian Shanklin there. He's going to get hit in the back with it. And now Ty Turner's going to have a few wise words with the ref there, saying probably a late hit, but
I wouldn't say he hit him while the ball was getting thrown.
It was in his motion. His arm of motion was being moved, and so I feel like that's a normal hit. That's not a late hit, and that's not anything.
Tanner was trying to get that roughing the passer, but
I give him an extra few yards that he might have wanted, but ref is not going to give it to him. Elliott now getting set, getting ready for it. Turner now getting the ball. He's going to step back in the pocket. He's going to run out. Tyrone Burrs getting that QB rush.
And the QB rush got to him fast enough, and it was able to put that pressure, had him moving around, and all he could do was throw it up. And if you saw there, Matt Barrio almost got to that pick. He almost got to that ball and almost got a 3rd interception on the game.
Jeez. Madden, we keep on saying it, but Madden loves to get that ball.
He has been a huge difference maker in all of our games this year, and he's stepped up. He's one of the defensive players that have stepped up this year to really excel our defense and make it what it is today. Now, as we've said multiple times, we need our offense to do the same. We need someone to step up, specifically at the quarterback position.
Yeah, I do agree there. LN now is going to be on 4th and 13. They're ready to bring out their punt team. I believe this is the first time we've seen LN's punt team. And so I'm ready to see how that works out for them.
Me too. Actually, I think they punted once in the first quarter. But otherwise, we really need our special teams to make a play here. If our special teams can get something started for us, I feel like that will spark some fire in the offense. And
nice little punt return. Yeah. Sounds pretty good to me.
That sounds amazing. If we can get a punt return, and we've seen it before with Keith Jackson.
Then we have seen it several times with Keith Jackson.
But it does look like they might keep their offense out on the field here on 4th and 13.
No, that is their punt team. Yeah, that is their punt team getting ready to boot it up in the air.
This time we got Madden Barrio returning for us.
I'm ready to see how this turns out. He puts a boot up in the air, lobs it up. Madden Barrio now going to fair catch it. Looks like that's going to be on our, I want to say about 28-yard line.
Now, our offense is going to need to come out here. We said it multiple times. They're going to need to come out here and make a play.
We're going to keep on saying it until they do.
Until they do, because if they don't, then we're just going to keep staying at this deficit. We're going to keep staying down 20, if not more. It's going to keep growing. It's going to keep going up because our defense, they can't come out here and make a big play every time. It's not happening. It's impossible to get a turnover every single drive. So what they need to do is show that their defense can trust them. They need to show that their defense can trust them and that they can actually put points on the board.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. Rivers not going to hand it off. They're going to find a pocket. He's going to find a big pocket, and he's going to move up. Kendall Garnett with a massive run right up the middle. As we were saying earlier, keep it on the ground or sit the bench.
Exactly.
It was simple as that, and he kept it on the ground, and he's staying out there.
And with Kendall Garnett, he's a playmaker. He is a huge playmaker. You get the ball in his hands, he's going to make something happen. So I think we got to keep feeding him at this point and just don't risk anything with the pass game.
Yeah, I do agree with that. And I'm ready to see if Kendall does have the confidence to throw it, in which he does. And it looks to be that play might have been dead before it started.
And even if it wasn't, I don't know if you saw, but Rivers was hesitating. He had his
Yeah.
he had his guy right when the guy curled. He had the throw, but he like pump faked it for no reason, and then he just threw it at the ground. I'm gonna guess that no, there was no dead play. He just
Not
hesitated.
a dead play. It looks like the Ellen's defense was moving a little slow there. Kendall Garnett now with the big run again. He's going to get up there, and he's going to move the chains once again. Dead play or not, hand that ball to that man, and he will get you what you want.
You got to feed him. Right now.
He's hungry.
He's the best player on the team.
He missed dinner. He's hungry.
And I don't know why we keep giving Rivers the opportunity. I feel like even these short throws, he's messing up very, very badly. He's messing them up very badly.
Yeah.
Either sub him out or just keep feeding.
There looks to be there was a flag out on the play. Refs were talking about it, and they're going to move Warren up a bit.
Looks like we're getting moved up 10,
Even
15
more now.
yards past
So
where we
it looks to be that there was a flag out on the play. It looks to be they're going to move up from where Kendall Garnett got down originally instead of just declining it. So that's a play of about 25 plus yards. Kendall Garnett is going to get the ball, and he's going to get sacked for losses there. Tackled, not sacked, I'm sorry. And he's not very happy about that. You can tell in that face.
Yeah, you can tell 100%. And Ellen got in there quick. They got in there right away, and he was tackled for loss. You can't do anything about that. That's kind of a blocking fault because Kendall Garnett, you're just sitting there staring at the defender, running with momentum out you. You can't do anything about that.
There's nothing you can do about that. I mean, sometimes you just got to keep a hold of that ball and just go down. And it's sad to say. It's not something you want to say, but
that is your only goal, is just to not fumble.
Not fumble. You do not want to give that ball up in this situation whatsoever. Rivers not going to step back in the pocket. He's going to find that the intended target was number 1 of Kyron Williams, and once again an incomplete throw.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to throw it to Kyron Williams, but Eric Hester got his hands on it in the way, and it would have been actually a pretty solid pass to Kyron Williams. It was at his body, but Eric Hester got a hand on it for some reason. It's just this offense is not connected.
Yeah, not connected whatsoever. Rivers not going to keep the ball. It's like he was going to try and run up a bit, and he's going to be tackled. I'm not sure if that was a gain of any yards there. I don't believe it was.
I don't think Rivers knows what downs it is at this point. Every third down, he has tried running it himself, and it's been 3rd and 15, 3rd and 16, 3rd and 12. He can't be doing this. You have to trust your receivers in this situation. You have to get the ball to them.
You have to trust Kendall Garnett.
Or just hand it off at that point, because Rivers isn't getting any yards. So if you're going to run it, give it to Garnett.
Give it to the guy that has gotten yards. But it looks to be 4th down, and our offense will stay out there for 4th and long now. This is an interesting play call, and it looks to be a timeout on Warren.
Yeah, 4 minutes and 45 seconds left in the second quarter. It's going to be 4th and long. It's going to be like 4th and 16 here. It is very interesting. It's very interesting to see that they actually want to go for this. I know they're down 20-0. You need something big, but I don't know if this is the right play call here. It's 4th and long. If you give the ball up, they're going to drive down the field. And to make it even worse, on 4th and long, you have to throw the ball. You have to throw it. Because if you try running it, 99% of the time, you're not getting that first down.
No, you're not. You're not indeed. And that's what makes it so curious. Why is he running it every 3rd down?
And to make it worse, when you're looking at the field, from our perspective, you see people open every time. Like Kyron Williams, his route running is immaculate. He's getting past
it's
that
perfect.
DB. He's getting past that DB almost every single time. But Rivers can't make the throw. He won't throw it. He's afraid.
And
now,
Chaz Corley is in one-man protection. He is 6'4", with a wingspan of like 6'3". He is open almost every single time also.
It's interesting what Rivers has been doing this game. Now let's hope. The hope is that he can turn it around here. He needs to gain his confidence. We've said this multiple times. If he doesn't gain confidence, if he keeps playing scared and afraid, nothing's going to work out. Every ball is going to be underthrown, overthrown, too far to the left, too far to the right. He's got to figure it out.
He does indeed. Rivers now back into the pocket with what looks to be Kendall Garnett back out there also too. He's going to get the ball. He's going to step back, and he's going to throw it up the middle. His first pass of the day. Are they calling it a catch? They indeed are. The target was Kyron Williams, and that is a complete catch.
Really good catch by Kyron there. And he seemed to be maybe on the marker, so luckily they were a little bit over. They got that first down by a yard or two. Not a bad throw, not the greatest throw, but still, he's gaining confidence.
Kindergarten going run right up the middle, and he's going to find the end zone. Your first Warren Central touchdown of the game. As we were saying earlier, it's hard to come back from that deficit. We need our offense to strike something, and they just did. Here is the replay from that. Rivers now going to take the snap. Kindergarten is going to find a massive hole. He doesn't even get touched of what it looks like, and he's just going to turn on them trains, and he's going to get to a moving.
Amazing blocks by the O-line there, and amazing vision by Kendall Garnett. This is what you want to see. This is what we needed. He's that star player that is popping out.
Our extra point team out there now ready to get a 20-7 here. Hopefully it doesn't get blocked earlier, like it did earlier.
Yeah.
The kick is up, and it looks to be good. A little short, but hey, who's counting that?
Exactly.
It is now 27. Your Warriors are looking to feel good now.
Now that we have a little bit of momentum on our side, we have a little bit of confidence on our offense, our defense is going to come out here, and they want to play now. They're going to play angry. They're going to play like they need to get that ball back, because they do. They're going to get this ball back. They're going to give it back to our offense and trust it into them again. And especially with Kendall Garnett, with how he's been playing, every single play seemed to be a 10, a 15-yard run, just because he's so explosive. And he can find that hole. And now that Rivers can finally throw the ball, that he's finally making decent throws, better accuracy, our offense is looking to pick it up here.
They indeed are. And, I mean, I'm pretty sure Kendall Garnett's happy with not running it as much now. I mean, he's been running a lot. I know he is tired, but he's just a well-rounded running back. We keep on saying his name, and we always will. He is a solid running back that you would love to have on your team. And same thing with James Clark. But we have one heck of a running back chart. Same thing with the wide receiver and QB chart. But Rivers needs to get comfortable and needs to find that spot that he's like, all right, I'm going to find this. It's going to be comfortable for me. It works for me. I'm going to roll with it. But instead, he's trying to work this, that, this, and that. And it's not working whatsoever.
He's trying to make it too complicated, like you're saying. And if he can just play simple, find his play style, we can form our game around that and play better.
Oh, yes, indeed we can. And I do agree with you there. Ellen's going to get the ball. They're going to try and run it back. And he's going to break a few tackles. And he's going to go down about the 29-yard line there.
Looked like number one Sales there. I mean, he broke 2-3 tackles.
Actually, the 26-yard line. I apologize.
He was fighting. He wanted to take that ball.
Yes, he did. He wanted to take that ball, and he was ready to go to the house with it.
And that's how our offense is played. That's how Garnett has been playing, and we need everyone else. We need his energy to be forced onto everyone else and spread out.
Oh, yeah. I do 100% agree with you there. Turner now running back out there onto the field, number 7 of LN's QB. I wonder what's going through his mind, a few things, because when he left earlier, he was a little bit angry.
Yeah, you could tell he was a little mad.
He was a little bit upset, but now he's coming back into it with Warren now having scored a couple of points. I wonder what his mindset's going through there. He's going to hand off to Moore again. Moore's going to get stuffed up. That's about a gain of 1 or 2 yards.
And, you know, now that you're mentioning it, as him being mad, I feel like he's a little bit more angry at the O-line. You know, that last drive, 2 to 3 plays, our D-line got in there. They got that
immediately.
pressure. So he's definitely going to be a little mad at that O-line. But the good thing about his team is that he has that safety valve like we do. He has Xavier Moore, and he can just hand it off and let him do the work, which is why that's what we do with Rivers, except for Tanner, they play around his play style. They have that comfortability, and that's what we need to find with Rivers this game if we want to come back.
Yeah, I do agree with you there, Jack. And, I mean, Turner, you can only be mad at the O-line so much. And that was a big stop from number 40 of Kebab Elkins. That was a massive stop from him. I mean, Elkins jumped up there a good 10 feet up, and he knocked that wide receiver right out the air.
That's what you need. You need your DBs to get aggressive. When we play aggressive, we get those turnovers. We get those breakups. That's exactly what you want. He got in there, got physical, and it turned out to work out for us.
It turned out perfectly. It is now 3rd and 10. Ellen hasn't moved one bit. Turner now going to lob that ball up into the air, and it's going to be an incomplete pass.
Madden Barrio.
Double man coverage. Madden Barrio and Jackson on the coverage there.
Looked like he was going, his target was number 8, Davion Chandler, and it was a really good ball. It was a really good ball.
That was a beautiful ball.
Madden read it. He got his hand in there. He didn't tip it completely. It still dropped right into the receiver's hands, but Madden was able to tip it and get it out. So
he's able to tip it enough to where the wide receiver was was juggling it.
Really good defense there.
And that's all you need to do, really, is if you can get that wide receiver juggling it as he's trying to run, that's a hard job to do. Ellen now going to punt the ball. They're going to put a boot on it, have a little bit of backspin. It looks to be that's going to be about on the 33rd yard line, or no, 43rd yard line.
37.
It looked about the 37, yeah, actually.
Pretty decent field position. We're not too far back. We can really make something out of this. We can really. This is what our defense has stepped up. It was 20-0, and that was like 4 or 5 drives ago. We haven't let up anything on 3 offensive drives.
Yeah.
We've had 2 interceptions. We've had a lot of pass deflections. We've had a lot of 4th down turnovers. This is what we need out of our defense. They are building confidence slowly up into the offense. And as we saw last drive with the offense, they were able to score off of it. So now, if we keep building that momentum, and we only go down 1 possession, maybe even go up before the half.
Yeah, going up before the half, and then we get ball back, I believe.
Yeah.
That's a big play, and that's another massive play from Kendall Garnett. I mean, it looks like
he's a monster.
Tiptoed. Looks like he did hit a little Michael Jackson to avoid a hit there, and he was able to get back up and run that ball, and they didn't count him down. So even though it was a gain of about 3 or 4 yards, still impressive moves from Kendall Garnett there.
That might have been some of the hardest fought 2 yards I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that definitely was. I mean, he really hit the Michael Jackson. That's impressive. Kendall Garnett not going to get the ball again. He's going to get hit, and he's going to go down on the line of scrimmage there. No gain or loss on the play there.
You can tell he's mad about this. He knows he can do better than this. He's been doing better than this. But as you can tell, Ellen's defense is slowly creeping in. They're waiting on that run. So what I say, even though it's 3rd down, you can go deep here. They don't have a deep safety. It's wide open. Kyron Williams is going to beat this defender. Eric Hester could beat his defender. Just go for someone deep here and trust Jaden Rivers.
I definitely do agree with you there. I mean, Rivers looks a lot more confident now, a lot more trust in his play. And so I'm happy to see what's going to happen here. He's going to step back. He's going to toss it over to Kendall Garnett. Kendall Garnett, he's going to put a little moves there. It looks like he's going to be a quick little screen, but nothing happened.
I couldn't tell if he dropped it or if he fumbled. Either way, no yards were gained, and that's an interesting play call. I don't see how that's going to work for the yardage that we need.
Yeah.
And if you looked, you could tell the blocks downfield weren't doing much. If I was Jaden Rivers, I wouldn't go for that screen at that point. That means if 2 people are already on Garnett, that means someone downfield has to be open.
Oh, yeah.
Someone downfield, even if it's 5, 10. It could be a big play for 20, 30. You got to take that. You got to try it, even if that's not your main target.
Yeah, I do agree there. Kane Harris now back to snap it to Damian Shanklin. It's going to be a timeout for our Warriors. And as we were talking about earlier in the BD game, Coach K is not happy to use timeouts.
He's not at all. But in the BD game, he was calling it on like 1st downs. It was early in the quarters. But now,
now it's understandable to use a timeout. It's 4th and 9, so 1 minute and 13 seconds left to go in the second quarter before the third quarter. I would understand using it now, but he is a timeout saver.
He really is. He likes keeping them on him. It's like a safety valve for him. If he ever is feeling pressured, if the offense is in a dire situation, he'll throw the timeout, pick a really good play. This is where we play our best, is after a timeout, because he can tell them the game plan. He can tell them what he wants to happen.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. And I feel like with that timeout, especially on special teams, is what really got me though.
It's a little interesting.
I wonder if he might be doing a little fake.
He could be, but that would be really risky, especially with where we're at. So,
Yeah.
but knowing Coach K, he's unpredictable. So we
He is
really
very
don't know.
unpredictable. He's one of the mode heads where you don't know what's going to happen. And so you never really know what's going to happen. And Damien's not going to get the ball. He's going to boot up in the air. It is not a fake. He's going to throw that one up with one heck of a boot there. That went sky high.
That was a rocket, and I don't blame the kick returner for fair catching it. I wouldn't want to take that either with 4 defenders running at you by the time it lands. So,
yeah. Number 2 of Moore catching a fair catch on that one.
Looks like they're going to be on their 27-yard line with a minute and 17 left in the second quarter. Knowing how Ellen's been playing, I'm expecting some big plays. I'm expecting
a Hail Mary.
Yeah, some longer throws like they have been. Or they could trick the defense, hand it off to Xavier Moore, and hope that he can make something happen.
Yeah, I mean, you never really know what could happen. Ellen has been unpredictable at this point. It was like it will be a handoff to Moore. Moore's going to get wrapped up by number 14 of Marquavion Ballard. And, I mean, that was a massive stop by him. Ballard was able to read it really well and able to run up to that downside of it and was able just to put a nice little wrap on him.
Yeah, really good wrap up by him because if he didn't get that, I think he would have been gone for 20, 30 yards.
Oh, yeah, he definitely would have been. Turner not going to step back in the pocket. He's going to lob it up in the air. And it looks like it was hit by a defender's hand, and that ball just went immediately down.
Yeah, it looked like one of the D linemen got their hands on it. Couldn't really tell from here. It might have been Marcus Bell. It looked like he was in that area. Really good defensive pass deflection right there. That's what you need. Now it's 3rd and 9. We could get this ball back, and the clock's not running. We could get this ball back, and even if they do choose to run it here and try chewing clock, we have that timeout. So we could get this ball back one last drive before the half and try to get some points on the board.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. And so I'm pretty happy with how it's looking now.
Looks like there's going to be a flag on the play. Can't really tell what it is, but it was
and the pass is complete to number 1, Monsoon Sales.
It did look like number 1, Monsoon Sales, came down with that ball. Let's see what they're going to call it here. Defense looking around, offense looking around, refs are talking.
Ref is now talking. Let's be a flag out onto the play here. They're not going to find out. This would be a holding call on defense. Or no, not a holding call. Maybe a false start.
It was something on defense. No matter what it was something on defense. Now they're moving the chains. This is not what you want to see for Warren. I know they only had 36 seconds, but they had 3 timeouts. That basically adds a minute and a half onto the clock when you have those 3 timeouts in your pocket. So here's what they need. They're on the 35. They need a big stop.
With 41 seconds left to go, Turner's not running around. He's going to run up, and he's going to get a few yards. He's going to get a lot of yards there, and he's going to rush back to the line of scrimmage and get ready for this.
There's a flag on the play, and it looks like it's going to be called back. Must have been a holding because he had a lot of space there.
Yeah, he did.
He took that for like 30 yards all the way up to our 45, but got called back. It's huge for Warren. Like you said, we're getting a little lucky with some of these penalties. Let's see. 30 seconds left. Our defense is going to need to come up with a stop here. At this point, our goal, just end 20-7 going into the half.
Yeah.
Only being down 2 possessions isn't bad, especially when it's only 13 points. So that means we can score 2 touchdowns and be up. So
yeah.
It's really what we need. We'll get ball back at the half. We're going to get that game plan. Like you said, we're a second-half team. We'll adapt. Our offense will adapt. We'll play around Jaden Rivers. We'll come back. And that's what they need to – their game plan needs to be here. Just get the stop.
Yeah, I do agree with you there, Jack. And LN's going to take their sweet time with this. Get a little breather in before they start having the hustle. Turner now stepping back in the pocket just a tad bit. It's like he's going to air it out. He's not going to find his intended target of number 10 of Davon Turner.
For number 10,
and it looked like
Davon
we
Turner
almost were able to
falls
get that interception
incomplete.
there. DB was playing tight coverage, It was a little underthrown. He tried bending his
That
body
brings up
back, but
second
the
and
most he could
20.
do was just slip. So you can't really complain about that. It's not really expected to be a pick, but still really good coverage, really good defense. They've been showing out recently. They have really been holding this offense to nothing so far.
Yeah, they really have. And, I mean, that's something you want to see from a team that is this far down, is just holding their ground, holding their standpoint of it, because they know that they have more than enough time to come back from it. That's going to be a quick little pass over to number 8, Davon Chandler, and he's going to get a few yards up on the play, but it looks like they're going to run out the clock on this one. Actually, no, a timeout with 5 seconds left to go on LN.
That's interesting. I feel like at this point you're up 27.
Aaron
You have nothing.
Durham on the
You really have
tackle.
nothing to gain off of this.
16
No.
yards
I don't.
gained
I
on
mean,
the play.
obviously
That
they're going to
brings
go
up
for the Hail
third
Mary
and
here. They're going to go
4.
for a massive
We have
throw.
a timeout on
But
the
I just
field.
don't
That is
see it
the
working out for
first
them. 5 seconds
charge
left.
timeout
At this point,
against the
defense,
Wildcats.
It might just be a luck throw to see if it may or may not happen.
or it could backfire. We get a pick
It
six.
could be a backfire and be a massive pick 6, as we saw earlier from LN. I mean, you never really know, and that would help us out.
It would help us out a lot, which is why when we come out here as the defense, if they do throw the Hail Mary, you don't just want to go for the pick, because if you're going for the pick, you could get snagged on by a wide receiver. If
Yeah.
I was a DB, you got to hit that down. You got to make sure that
Yeah.
they don't get the ball. You can't even let them get the opportunity to just bat it down. We've seen this multiple times in multiple different levels, college, NFL, whatever, that DBs go for the pick and the wide receiver comes down with it because of that. You just got to bat it down and get it out.
I do agree with you there. But if there is going to be a pick, my money's on Madden Barrio
100%.
for that pick and making it to the house. Turner's not going to run back. He's going to run up to the high side. He's going to let him go out, and it looks to be an incomplete pass with 1 second left to go.
So they're going to be able to get one more playoff here. It seemed like they were trying to get a quick play, get enough yards to maybe even kick a field goal. But in high school, you know it's hard to get those big field goals. You need to be
Oh, yeah. You need to be 40 and up.
the furthest would really be 30 at that point. If you're not on the
Yeah.
30-yard line, your kicker's most likely not going to have any chance of making it. So at this point, they're either going to knee or they're going to go all the way.
I do agree with you there. And, I mean, Turner, he looks like he's just scrambling in that pocket now. He's
really
wide
is.
receiver's not getting where he wants him to be. And it looks like he's just scrambling around and seeing what's open and whatnot.
He's making good moves, but as you can tell, when he's out of the pocket, he can't make the throws that he wants. He seems to be a lot more inaccurate when he's outside
And
the
with
pocket.
2 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Kendall
And it
Lewis
And it
will
kind
march
of makes
the
him
Wildcats
uncomfortable
into Warren
to step
Central
out of the pocket, step out of
territory.
that
And they'll
protection
continue their drive from the
zone.
42-yard
And
line.
it feels like he's in danger, kind
Yeah.
of. You know what I mean? And it's just he's not very comfortable with it, uneasy with it, and it makes him really inaccurate.
Yep.
Turn now, step back in the pocket. He's getting ready for the snap here. Here comes the snap. He's going to step back. He's going to roll right. He's going to be sacked by number 4 of Damian Shanklin.
And number 7, Tanner Asplet,
Perfect play.
brought
Perfect
And
back
that was
in
a
the
massive
backfield
play by Damian
number 4,
to end off
Damian
on this
Shanklin.
first half. And so
And that brings us
that was a
to
massive play by
halftime.
Damian Shanklin there to end off this first half.
The score, your Warriors
Just in
7,
the beginning, that was a
Wildcats
major play.
20.
And that was to hype up the defense there and get them ready for the second half going into it.
Yeah, going into the second
stay
half,
tuned.
we have all the momentum. We were down
For
20-0
the
really
Gold
quick.
Brigade band
In
and
that first
guard.
quarter, basically, and we had a lot of turnovers, a lot of mistakes, but we were able to start picking it up. We started gaining momentum, and now that we're getting more points, we're getting more defensive stops. We're going to come back in this game. We're going to adapt for the second half, and we're going to be ready.
And as we were calling it from the defensive point of view, I mean, Madden had a massive pick going into it. I believe that was in the first quarter, right?
Yeah.
And so that was a massive pick to get the defense going up and get the offense ready to move. But then unfortunately, Rivers threw another interception right out of it that ended up being a pick 6. But it did get called back, though.
Still was an interception, and it's just, like we've said multiple times, Rivers has been making a ton of mistakes, but he started cleaning it up. He started making better passes, and we started just handing it off. When we handed off, as you saw, when we handed off to Kendall Garnett, big things happened. We moved down the field.
He's
we were
able to
score.
find that pocket so easy and quickly. I mean, his footwork is immaculate. There's nothing out there like it.
And I feel like we're kind of, going over the fact that our O-line has been playing amazing this game.
Oh, yeah, a massive game. And they don't get the credit that they deserve. I mean, I'm seeing Josiah Edmond, number 64, the right tackle. He's able to kick block so far back that there's no pressure coming from that right side whatsoever.
And it's not just like we're doing better at pass blocking or run blocking. We're doing good at both. Run blocks are perfect. It gives the exact hole that Kendall Garnett needs. His running back vision, the vision that he has, he can find that hole easily, and he'll just cut through the defense. And then our pass blocking is working really well. Rivers has barely needed to move. He barely has had to move out the pocket, maybe twice, and he might have came down once, but it's really been a good blocking game, and that's good to see. That's like the highlight of our offense so far.
It really has been, yeah.
Them and Kendall Garnett have been the highlight of our offense. Now let's hope coming in the second half that Rivers can grow up to be the highlight of our offense, that Eric Hester, that Chaz Corley, those people can come up and be a highlight of the offense.
And now another big thing is, and it's kind of sad to say, our wide receivers have not been getting love like they need to be. I mean, Eric Hester is wide open more than half the plays he's been out there for. Chaz Corley has been some of the intended targets that he's been trying to be wide open for. And Kyron Williams with a couple of catches now. But, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's 5'5", but he has the speed of a cheetah. He's able to get open almost on anybody that is out there, and he's just not getting the love that he deserves from it.
And his route running is so silky smooth. It's just so fast.
It's buttery smooth, and it puts a smile on your face when you see it. That's all it is.
He can cut through his defender, trick the guy out, and boom, he's open. He's open in open field. It's just basically an easy touchdown, but Rivers doesn't see that. That's not his main target almost every time is that short, quick pass.
Yeah.
He doesn't give his wide receivers enough time to get open.
And you know what that short, quick pass really helps out, too, is Guess. And Guess is able to get open quite easily. I mean, 6'6", 250-something pounds. It's kind of impressive to see him get open really quickly. That's all here from Connor and Jack.
Up, Warriors. We are the Warriors Sports Network, and we are here with your halftime report. And Hayden, my oh my, has it been a first half?
It has. We are trailing currently 20-7 here at Warren Central. And how do you feel? How is our defense approach in the first half? How do you feel that we can fix this?
I feel like our defensive approach is good, but we're letting up way too early. To me, it really does feel like we are just letting them get away with these plays. I'm seeing multiple times where our cornerbacks, our defensive ends just kind of stop and say, oh, well, they get the play.
Yeah.
We need to stop that. We need them to get encouraged. And I'm hoping Coach K, when he's in that locker room over there, and I hope he got a good speech for him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Our defense approach has not been the best lately, and our offense needs to step it up going into the second half. We have only scored 7 points. I know it's a hard job to do, but I know we can step this up, and I know our offense needs to get better. But how do you feel? How do you feel about our offense so far in this game?
Our offense right now, I feel like it's exactly what we talked about during our pregame. It's almost like we kind of predicted it, that our offense needs to focus up. It feels like they're giving up. Same with the defense. They're giving up way too early. They let me put this way. Warren Central is a momentum-based school. Once you give them momentum, they will keep going. It's like a snowball going downhill. It will get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yes.
That's the thing. Warren needs to have the momentum no matter what. You can't just earn momentum. You can't just earn that. They need it to earn it themselves. That's the thing.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, David. But we're going to send it back to a break. And we'll just follow us and tune in at WC Sportsnet.
And Warriors, we are back, and it's time to talk a little bit about the second half. But first, as we know, both athletes are in the locker rooms right now. And Hayden, I gotta ask, what do you think the coach is saying? Coach K, what do you think he's saying to the athletes right now?
He's yelling. He's definitely yelling. I feel like they're messing up this half. We definitely got to fix it. And he's having a speech of a lifetime right now. We cannot lose this game. This is a very big game for Lawrence North and Warren Central. So hopefully we can get this. But how do you feel about Ellen's coach? What do you think he's saying to Lawrence North right now?
Ellen's coach, I feel like he's making a mistake of being laid back with people. That's what I think he's doing right now. I feel like, you know how some coaches, when they get a huge lead, sometimes they're like, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. No. Coach K knows no matter how much you have leading, doesn't matter how many points, 5, 10, 15, 100, doesn't matter. You have to keep that intensity going no matter what. But talking about keeping the intensity going, this second half, what do you think some of the key plays are going to be? Who do you think the key players will be for the second half?
I think Jaden Rivers will be very good this half. Also, hopefully Kendall Garnett can step up a little bit more. Obviously, Jaden Rivers too. I feel like he can find his good wide receivers and get the ball to them and score very fast and very well. But how do you feel about our approach? Well, not that. What can Warren fix going into the second half and offensively?
They need to stop letting their foot off the gas pedal. Oh my, you know, because I said this before in the pregame, not the pregame, the first half review. They keep letting their foot off the gas pedal. They need a floor, dude. They need a floor. They need to go at 100 miles per hour during the second half, because right now, score 7-20. They're starting the ball off. They're receiving first, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you get the ball first. It doesn't matter if you get the ball last. It doesn't matter if you're not keeping that same intensity going.
Yes, I completely agree with you. And how do we stop LN defensively? I feel like they're going at a fast rate. How do we stop them?
Well, we're going to find out soon enough, because second half is about to start. Warren versus LN. Score is currently 7-20. You already know. Let's send it back to Connor and Jack at the desk.
Guys, I'm currently here today with Jack Basham once again, and we're going to wrap up the halftime. It was pretty easy over the halftime for LN. I mean, it was 20-7 going into the second half. I mean, I feel like LN they stepped up their game.
They have definitely stepped up their game, especially for Warren. I mean, this is the battle of the undefeated. We're hoping that we can come back here, we can get that win, and we get ball at half. So this is good position for us. We're only down 2 possessions. We come out here, if we can put up some points, we can get the ball rolling. And
as we said at the get-go, it will be a dogfight going into the second half, and I feel like it will. I feel like, as I said earlier, Warren is a second-half team, no matter what. They always have been since day one. And I feel like they're going to come out here. Coach K laid into them. Trust me, I know how Coach K lays into people. And he laid into them, and they're going to come out here ready to chew up and ready to go back out.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole nother team. This is not the same team we've seen the first half. It's going to be completely different. But we can't say that LN's not going to do the same thing.
Oh, no.
We got to learn to adapt to how they're going to play, too. If we can get this offense rolling, we can get this offense going, score some points. Our defense has been playing pretty solid that second quarter. We put up a lot of stop drives.
Yeah, they have definitely put up a lot of stop drives. I mean, our defense have stepped up a good bit also, to where they've had a few stops there at the second quarter, and our offense was able to show up, and Kendall Garnett was able to run into the end zone pretty easily untouched too.
And Jaden Rivers has been looking a little bit better throughout that second quarter. If he can keep it up and keep growing, we're going to see something happen out of him.
I definitely do agree with you there, but I'm really excited to see how LN's offense is going to come back out. Because, I mean, they had a few incomplete plays out there, incomplete passes too, that it kind of slowed them down a whole lot.
Yeah, and near the end, like you said, they were making a lot more mistakes.
Yeah.
The LN quarterback, he was missing a lot more throws. When we can bring that pressure and move him out the pocket, we can really make something happen.
Yep, and we're going to head back to the football game here. But I am definitely ready to see how Warren comes out, especially our defense. I mean, they were a powerhouse at the end of the show.
They were.
So I'm ready to see if some things step up, but I'm most excited to see if Rivers stays in. I wonder if Anthony Dennison is going to come back out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised. You see him warming up there with Rivers. Right now, it could be a toss-up. It could be they might start Rivers this first drive, and if he doesn't play good, they're subbing in AD. So it's really going to be questionable at what the coach's decisions are here on who's going to be quarterback.
And as we were saying earlier, at least I was, LN's offense has really stepped up their game. I mean, we've been talking about Moore all day, and we probably will be the rest of the night too, where he's just been that dog where if he finds a hole, even an outside hole, he's taking it, he's running, there's no stopping him whatsoever.
He's too shifty. He can cut through the defense so easily, which is what makes him such a good running back. His size doesn't matter. He's just that quick, that shifty, and he can just find any hole he wants. Now, the real game changer for both teams here, like we've said multiple times, is going to be the quarterback. It's going to be whatever quarterback can outplay the other team. Right now, this whole game it was majority been LN's quarterback, but we could see a switch here. We could see Jaden Rivers or AD. One of them could come in and they're going to start outplaying LN's team, and that's what we need. We need the outplay.
Yeah, we really do need the output. And, I mean, AD, he's been out for most of the season. He was in for week 1, in for Pike. I want to see if he's going to come in and try to make up the time that he missed.
It would be interesting, but as we've said multiple times, Coach K is very unpredictable. You don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Even who he's going to start. So it's going to be interesting in what he comes out with.
I do agree with you there. And I'm ready to see if Kendall Garnett kind of stays in and stays locked in with it, or if they're going to put in Brandon Boba or even James Clark.
I feel like you can't take Kendall Garnett out. At this point, he's been playing so well. He's been carrying this offense on his back. I don't really see how you can take him out at this point, unless he starts slowing down. If he starts slowing down coming out the half, then I would see the reason to put Jalen McMoore in, to put Bobo in, to put James Clark in. We don't know yet until it starts, and obviously we get ball first, so this is going to be the prime time to see if he's going to keep it up.
And there's a good look at Coach K. Coach K he's not very happy, but Coach K is a man of very few smiles, so you never really know when he's in a happy mood or not. But I mean, if Kendall Garnett, I mean, as you were saying earlier, or just a minute ago, it's kind of hard to take him out, especially he's the only one that was able to put up points. So if you take him out, it's kind of like a double standard, and it's not really right. I won't say it's the right move to do, but maybe if he does start slowing down, maybe start taking him out a little more, and maybe have him like, hey, calm down a little bit. We're going to put Jalen in. We're going to see what he does. If he's not as good and you hold up your end, well, you'll be back in the game.
I could definitely see that happening, but I feel like at this point, it's a reward. He's earned that spot for now.
Oh, yeah, he 100% has. He's earned the spot to be called running back number 1.
Yeah.
And he's earned that starting spot. I mean, and he's proven it game in. And it's all he needs to do is just show that. And Warren is now going to take a touchback. It looks like Keith Jackson wasn't really trying to pick that one up and put that one to the house.
Yeah, he kind of walked towards it, but as he saw they had a lot of power to it, a lot of spin. He didn't want to risk anything like Kyron Williams did that first kickoff that they had, where he took it on the 1 yard line for some reason. So I definitely think the coaches told our special teams,
if it's going to be a touchback, let it be a touchback.
Let it be a touchback, because there's no point in risking it at that point, and you can tell from how Keith Jackson reacted to that ball.
Yeah, I do agree there. It looks to be Rivers now is staying out there, staying in the QB spot, seeing what he's ready to come out and come and do. They're not going to get set, get nice and ready. It looks to be Kendall Garnett is out there and running back. He's going to step back a little bit behind Rivers now. He's going to get the ball, and he's going to be a tackle for loss. But that is going to be several flags out there on the play.
And we have penalty flags on the field.
Looked like
I want to say that's a horse collar.
Yeah, it was a weird way of tackling him. His body came down weird, and that's when you can tell it's a horse collar. Is when their body like flips back like that.
Yeah.
You can tell that he was grabbed by the horse collar and just thrown down. So I do feel like we're definitely going to get some yards on this play here just because of the flags.
Yeah.
And yeah, it looks like we are. We're moving forward.
Yards are yards, but that's not how you want to get
It's not
yards.
how you want to get it. Especially because they had like 2 or 3 people get through the line there.
Yeah.
They got rushed really quickly. It's more like we got to reset here. We got to take a step back and we just got to reset and lock back in.
And that will be, again, a first down. but not the right first down, not the way you want to get it. Kenny Garnett not going to get it. He's going to try and run up the middle, and he's going to get tackled. It looks like that might be a loss of 1 yard or on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, so like you said, coming out in the half, he could slow down, and it does seem like that so far. But it also seems like the O-line is letting him through a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
He hasn't really had much to do. He's getting the ball, but he doesn't have the opportunities that he needs. He doesn't have any more to find. He's just fighting with pure strength at this point.
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, as we were hyping up the O-line earlier, but now it looks like they've slowed down a little bit. And Rivers going to take the snap, and he's going to immediately fall. I wonder if he got tripped up a little bit on his own feet. But it was good that he stayed down, though.
It looked like a little bit of a low snap there, and he did bobble it, which is why he had to fall on it, which is fine. It's fine. 3rd and long. You need to pick something up here. This is the perfect time for Jaden Rivers to show what he can do. He needs to show that he deserves this starting quarterback spot and that he can take this team to a win.
Rivers not taking a snap. He's going to step back in the pocket. He's going to get a little comfortable. He's going to move a little bit, though. It looks like the intended target was number 35, Javon Guess, and he's not going to be able to get it to him. That's going to be 4th down, and our punting team is not going to go out there. Kane Harris, the long snapper, and Damian Shanklin, the punter.
That throw, look, it was definitely overthrown, and you can't have that happening, especially on a big third down conversion. This is the first play. We needed to come out firing because otherwise we're just losing all the momentum we had in that first half. We needed something to happen, and we couldn't get it done. So here comes our punt team.
Yep, Damian now going to try and put a boot on it. He's going to send that thing to the moon and back. It was like number 2 of Moore is going to take a fair catch on it. It was like they're going to be on their own, I want to say, near the 30.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be on their own 30 here. Ellen, they're just trying to come out here and get something going because they're up so much at this point. All they're looking for is positive yards. They're just looking to take time off the clock, show Warren that they're still fighting for more points. They still
they're not giving up yet.
Yeah.
Just because they have the lead and it's not second half doesn't mean the 3rds and the 4s come in. Them number 1s are still going to stay out there and put a bigger point deficit on it, and that's going to be called a play of dead there.
Looked like must have been a false start.
Yeah, I want to say a false start. It looks to be a false start on offense. They're going to move back about 5 yards now. And that's going to be another help for Warren, but, I mean, that's not something you want to see on LN first drive back out.
Yeah, it looks like both teams come out, and they're kind of struggling. It's like they're asleep. It's like they're not woken up. So we really need both these teams to wake up now. So we can
Powerade
see
in the
something
locker
happen.
room got him sleepy a little bit. Tanner now going to hand off the ball. He's going to pick up. They're going to pick up a few yards with Moore there. He's going to get back up to the chains now. That's going to be about 2nd and 8.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be basically back to where they started. It's just going to be 2nd down this time. So 2nd and 10. At this point, I would keep giving it to your star player. Xavier Moore, he's just so good. Like we said multiple times this game. He has done so many things and can keep doing so many things and keep growing, which is why you just got to keep handing it off to him, letting him make his plays, and don't put any pressure on your quarterback. Looks like he's going to throw it. A little bit of an overthrow to number 8, Davian Chandler. And right there, he can't be having these overthrows. This Tanner right now, near the end of that second quarter, he started getting rough. And as you can see, he's still rough. He's still missing these throws. Right now, it's been a huge run game, a big defensive game, big run game.
I will agree with you there. I mean, you can't overdo the throws. And even some of the run plays, they've been overdoing themselves on the runs and the handoffs.
Yeah.
And it's just something you can't do. Everything has to be nice, calm, and smooth. And smooth is fast. And smooth works perfectly for an offense of what you need. Tanner now going to throw out the ball. And Moore is going to catch it, come down with not Moore. Number 8 of Davion Chandler is going to come out down with it. A massive catch there.
What a play. He got up. I mean, he got all the way up there and just mossed that guy.
And that's good enough.
Yeah, he did.
You
Yeah,
can't
that
ask
was
for more out of your wide receiver.
No, you cannot. And that was impeccable with him. I mean, he put the hops on that guy. That was impressive there. There's a replay of it now coming back. He got up and got that ball. And that's what the wide receiver coaches want when you ask for getting up and getting that ball, is that's exactly it right there. That was a textbook play. And that was perfect. Terry now stepping back in the pocket. He's going to get the snap. He's going to hand off to Moore. Moore's going to get tripped up and tackled by Marcus Bell, number 34. Add another sack to it. A big sack for loss there. Impressive on him there. I mean, that was massive. That's exactly what the defense needed after that catch.
That was huge. It's almost like no one blocked him. He got in there instantly, shred through his O-lineman, and boom, he was on Xavier Moore. He almost was able to break the tackle, but he grabbed him by the legs, as you can see here, and was just able to keep him down.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a textbook D-lineman move right there, is the quick little wrap-up, as they call it in practice. It's going to be another wrap-up from Damian Shanklin, another loss of yards there. Moore was the running back, and as I was saying, that's a textbook gator wrap is what they call it in practice. They call it a simple little gator wrap or a gator drill, and that's what they practice for, is that exact move. Both times happened with Marcus and Damian executing that move perfectly.
I can tell you right now, our D-line came out in the second half ready to play. They are not letting Xavier Moore run all over them this time. Their whole game plan is to stop him and force Tanner to throw the ball, because when he throws it, it's been interesting recently, especially with all this pressure. When he throws it, nothing's happened. So our defensive game plan is definitely trying to force the pass.
Looks to be a timeout on LN there. They're going to call a timeout and probably review the last couple of plays that happened.
Yeah, if I was LN,
Coach K giving out high fives now. See, like I said earlier, you don't know when he's happy or when he's sad or when he's angry.
Yeah, 3rd and long here. If I'm LN, you really need something to happen. You gotta make a huge play here. So they're gonna talk over all the mistakes they've just done. They're gonna figure out how to fix it. They're gonna come out here with the goal of getting that first down, but it's gonna be interesting if they can actually pick it up, especially with how our defense has been playing.
Yeah, especially, I mean, like I said earlier, when defense comes out, they're a second half team. Defense came out stopping everything that they saw and add a few sacks and a few tackles for losses there.
Now, if our defense gets this stop, we're really going to need Jaden Rivers to show out next drive. We're really going to need him to make some throws. We're really going to need Kendall Garnett to pick it back up so we can put some points on that board, because 20-7, it's still a 2-possession game. But if nothing changes soon, I don't see how we're going to be able to build up the momentum to put enough up to actually make this game tied or make this game even close.
Yeah, I do agree with you that. And Tanner not going to grab the ball. He's going to step back in the pocket. He's going to lob it up. And it looks to be a complete catch to number 2 of Moore.
Looks like it was about 10, 15 yards on the catch. Going to make it 4th and 7 here. And that was a pretty solid play, and it looks like their offense is going to stay out on the field here.
And this brings up 4th and 8.
I mean, I would stay on the field with the points I have and the ball position I have. I would stay on the field too.
If our defense can come up with a stop here, it would be perfect for our offense to actually get something going.
Yeah, I mean, it would be absolutely perfect for it. It looks like it'd be a fake punt. I'm not quite sure what they were trying to do there.
It looked like they were trying to fake an offensive play and just have the quarterback punt it, which obviously did not go that well. He only got it about 15 yards, so we're going to have the ball on our 40-yard line, it seems like. Huge defensive stop there, and now it's time for our offense to show up. It's time for them to show what they talked about at halftime and to show what they can do.
Yeah, I do agree with you that. I mean, the first drive didn't really come out on how they wanted it, but I mean, this second drive hopefully shows on what they evaluated in the locker room and what they talked about and what plays were working, what plays weren't working. I mean, with Kendall Garnett in the backfield there, I feel like you got to keep him in and keep him going. But it looks to be number 8 of Jalen Moore is now out there in the backfield, giving Kendall a little bit of a break. So hopefully Jalen Moore is able to take this and take it to the house. Rivers not going to step back in the pocket. He's going to intend to target was 87 of Eric Hester, And that ball came at him fast and hard, and I don't think he was ready for it.
Yeah, it was definitely a bullet, but it was accurate. It was at him.
It was right at him.
On this situation, you do have to blame the wide receiver there, but you also can't completely put the blame on him because it was really hard. That's a hard ball to catch. Still, as you can see, Rivers is gaining that confidence. This is what you want to see out of him.
It is exactly what you want to see out of him. I mean, we're down 20-7 going into the third quarter now, halfway through it. We got to pick up something here. Rivers now, he's going to try and run up the middle with it, and he's going to get tackled by 3 LN players. And I'm not quite sure what he was thinking there.
He's been making some interesting decisions, and we've had some interesting play calls. But right now, we have Jalen McMorrin. They're not. I don't really think this defense is expecting a run. They're expecting a run when Kendall Garnett is in. They're not expecting it when these other people are. So this is a time to maybe mix it up, run it with Jalen McMorrin, give him a shot to show what he's on.
Yeah, it really is. And I'm hoping Rivers is starting to find his groove, but I'm not quite sure. He's going to try and run up the middle again. Actually, he's going to pass it up to Jalen McMorrin. Jalen McMorrin is going to turn them Jets on, and he's going to get moving to move those Warrior chains.
That was a really good play by Rivers. And
That's exactly what we needed from Rivers. Just like he was going to try and run up the middle there, but instead had a quick little flea flicker up to Jalen McMorrin. And, I mean, a Texas offensive play right there. Textbook play. Handoff to Jalen Moore. He's going to run up the middle, and he's going to have that O-line pushing like a freight train. And that's exactly what you want to see, too, is a quick little, what looked to be a quick little stop, but ended up being a herd of people just mowing through there.
And when you get this rhythm going in your offense surrounding one player like Jalen Moore and like how we had Kendall Garnett in the first half, you got to keep them in. You got to keep forcing them the ball because they're going to keep making these plays. When you have a rhythm, your offense plays so much better.
Yeah, they really do. And especially after first down, that rhythm starts to feel good. You start getting that groove. You start feeling your mojo. And that's when you start turning on all the factors and all the cylinders that you need. A quick little bow pass to Kyron Williams there, and he's going to try and juke a few LN players, but ended up getting tackled for about not even a loss or a gain. It's like they stayed on the line of scrimmage there.
Yeah, it seemed like he might have gained a yard. It's going to be 3rd and short.
1 yard gain
Here,
on the play.
I would just run it up the middle with Jalen McMorrin. He has shown that he can power through, and he has shown that he wants the ball. He needs it. So I would give it to him here and just hopefully pick up the easy first down.
Yeah, this 3rd and short is really going to bring out what our Warriors are made of here to hopefully keep the ball. Jalen Moore they're going to hand it off to Jalen Moore, and it's like he might be short again.
He tried reaching the ball out.
The
refs are going to call it short, so
Jalen McMorrin.
It's going to be
1 yard lost on the play. That brings
it's going to be 4th and 1 here, and we're going to stay out on the field, which
I would.
I would too.
I don't blame him on this, especially where we are right now and with how our defense was playing. I would stay out here too, especially on this 4th and 1. Quickly hand off to Jalen Moore again, and LN is all over that. They were expecting it.
Yeah, number 4, Diane Lunsford, he got on that quick. He got through the O-line, and he was just on Jalen McMorrin. You can't really do anything there as the running back. You get put in a situation to where you already have a defender on you right when you get the ball. It's rough for the Warren offense there. This has really been a defensive half so far.
I mean, there's another replay of it. Number 4, he was all over Jalen Moore there, and there's not much that you can really do about it. He just read the play like it was in his hands. I mean, and it basically was. Now our Warren defense out here again. Hopefully able to put up a stop. Hopefully Madden Barrio is able to get another pick here. Calling it now. Turner going to keep it. He's going to throw it over to number 2 of Moore. They're going to pick up a few yards there.
And Moore has really been a key player on this offense, especially in the receiving core. These little short routes, these little out routes that they keep throwing to him, it's just easy yardage. It's an easy 4 to 5 yards every time. He comes down with it. It's a good throw. That's the rhythm that they have. That's why it works so easily. They have these runs that they can rhythm into. They have these short throws. That's what Warren needs to kind of do with their offense.
Yeah. I mean, they found their groove really simple in the first quarter, and they've just been sticking to it. And that's going to be a run up the middle with Moore, and he's going to find an opening there, and he's going to pick up another few yards.
It's going to be 3rd and short here, and when you have a Xavier Moore on your team, I don't see why you don't run it unless you really want to trick the defense in. So if I'm our defense, we really need that D-line to get in there, no matter whether it's a run or a pass. If they can at least get pressure on the quarterback, if it's a pass, it would be huge, because as we've seen before, he's not that good under pressure.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't feel like any quarterback is that great under pressure. No matter who it is, any quarterback, running back, once you put that pressure on them, just how it was then, once you put that pressure on them like J.J. Finch does, it's something that is not easy to break and not easy to contain. And when J.J. Finch is running right up the middle and you see that mean face coming at you, you're going to lay down, and you're going to get tackled.
That was one of the players we talked about and how much of a key player he has been for this defense. He gets in there so quick and is just able to wrap him up and get him down. He has been a game changer this whole season for this defense.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, him and Marcus Bell have been chewing up this O-line, and they've been killing it. They really have. Now their punt team's out here. Once again, they're going to throw a boot up on it. Send it back to what looks to be almost near the 20. Madden Barrio was trying to get it up, and it looks to be a flag out on the play.
It seemed like maybe one of Warren's players threw down an LN player, maybe not on purpose, but still, you can't really have that happen. They might call unnecessary roughness here.
Yeah, and that's not something you want to see. And it wasn't a great kick return either. I mean, Madden only got a few yards up, but if that sends you back, you're going to be close to the 10-yard line. Getting the call from the refs here. They're talking it through, seeing what's going on now. Looks to be the penalty might have been declined.
Yeah, it seems like our Warrior offense can come out here around the...
Actually, I take that back. The penalty was not declined. They will accept it, and we're going to take it. It looks to be on our own 15-yard line.
Refs are trying to figure out where to spot the ball right now. It's actually going to be closer to our own 20.
Yeah, it'll be on our own 20.
Or
no, they're now backing up once again. Looks to be closer to the 10-yard line now.
So yeah, now there actually was a flag on the play. Looks like the refs had a little bit of confusion. We're gonna go back 15 yards from where he returned it.
Looks to be on our own 6 now. Actually, our own 5.
We're gonna need a play to get some space here. We really need some space for Jaden Rivers. I wouldn't be surprised if we run the ball.
I wouldn't be surprised if we run the ball either, or a quick little bubble route. Just like that, quick little bubble to Kyron Williams. He's going to get a few yards. He's going to get all the way up to the 15-yard line. And that was a big, big play there. And it may not seem that big, but to get further away from our own end zone is something that we need to see every single time.
And those bubble routes are so dangerous with Kyron Williams because of his speed. He has that burst of speed that he can just catch the ball and go.
The great, elegant footwork that he has. They're going to hand off to James Clark, and he's going to fumble the football. And it looks to be LN's ball, and they're going to take it on the 1-yard line. Number 14, Kyle Burnett Jr. there, and that's not something Warren needs right now.
You just can't have. Oh, you just.
Actually, they're calling it as a touchdown. He might have reached over. Here's the replay again. James is getting wrapped up. He's trying to get out of it. He fumbles the football.
I think he was short. I think the refs are talking about it right now. And it looks like they're going to call him short here.
Yeah, it looks like the refs are going to call him short.
And as James Clark, if you're already falling back that far, you can't try to keep up. You just got to take it down and stop losing as much yardage. He could have only lost like 5 or 7, but he kept trying to fight for it and ended up losing 10 and then fumbling afterwards. And, of course, the defense was able to recover it.
Yeah. And now it looks like they're going to try and run a little bit of a wing T option here, try and run it right up the middle. And Warren says that they're stopped, but it's going to be a pile up on it. Refs are going to need to get in the middle of this. There is a flag thrown. Looks to be probably some unsportsmanlike conduct.
It looked like for a second there he was almost going to get in the end zone. Then I think Marcus Bell was able to get in there and push him back. So it's probably going to be 2nd and 1 here, but the flag could possibly make it even larger.
Face mask offense. So this helps out the Warriors here. They're going to push LN back now a little bit. Looks to me they're going to push him back to the 15-yard line now.
That's huge. That is huge for Warren here. 15-yard penalty, that is exactly what you need.
That's exactly what the Warriors need. Give them a little bit of room, a little bit of space to breathe now. But now there's a lot more options to tell for LN. They could be a quick little bubble pass, quick little screen pass, or they might run it. You hand it off to one of the Moors, and they might just run right up the middle with it.
Takes a snap, and he's going to go to the end zone.
And it looks like that's going to be over his head. The intended target was number 8 of Chandler again, and he's jumped up for it, but wasn't able to come down with it.
Yeah, once again, Tanner has thrown it into double coverage. This time he couldn't come down with it. And I don't know. That's an interesting decision. I don't even know if you should trust your wide receiver in that situation.
Especially a double-man coverage, too. I mean, that's an interesting play there.
Interesting decision on Tanner's part. I feel like ever since that second quarter, he's been playing a lot worse. And it's been helping out this Warrior defense a lot because now they can only really rely on Xavier Moore.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. And, I mean, you never really know. It looks like they're going to try and air it out to the end zone again. He's going to find his intended target of number 2 of Moore once more. Play of words right there. But that's going to be a touchdown.
He just had no one in that area. He was wide open in the left corner of the end zone.
Yes, he was. It's going to be 26-7. LN on top now. We're now down 3 possessions. And it's not looking good for our Warriors.
And they might come out here and go for the 2-point. And I wouldn't be surprised because 26-7, if you get this 2-point, it'll be 28-7. Which would basically be like as if you got all 4 touchdowns without that first blocked PAT.
And I wonder if they will go ahead for it, and it's not going to be complete. So the game will be 27-7. LN on top here.
No good.
And it's not looking good, as I said, but hey, there's still a whole nother quarter of plays.
Yeah, down 19. We're going to have to mount a huge comeback here. Our offense is going to they're going to have to make big plays. That's all that can really happen at this point. We're going to need to maybe get some deep balls going or get a huge run going. Someone has to step up. Something has to happen. And once they do that, our defense is going to need to come out and make sure they hold LN to 0 points for the rest of the game.
And for the ones that are worried, even if Warren does lose, it'll be 6-1. Their record. It won't kill the state streak. We're still on a good path to state, but we just won't have that perfect record.
Which obviously will be frustrating to the fans, the team, and the coaches. But you have to look on the bright side. If they do lose this game, they can still make that playoff push. They can still go all the way, and their eyes should be set on state champs.
They shouldn't be set on anything else except for a state ring.
They're going to need to look at the mistakes, fix them in these practices, upcoming practices, and then just push it out of their minds.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. And as I was talking to some of the football players, they even said the last 3 games are going to be the games that really prove who they are. I mean, because we play LN as we're playing them now, play Carmel, and then we play Cathedral. The last 2 games are going to prove what Warren is made of and how good Warren Central football is. Kickoff team is now out and ready to go. Okay, they're going to put a boot on it here. They indeed do. It's going to be a touchback.
Now,
And I mean, Keith wasn't even looking at that ball. He knew that was going over his head.
And the kick sails.
Now it looks
out
like
the back of
Warren
the
offense
end
is going to
zone
come out
for
here.
a
Like we
touchback.
said, we need a big play. We need something to
Warren
happen.
Central will begin
And,
their drive
you know,
from the
I feel like
20-yard line.
Jaden Rivers, he's been getting a little bit more confident this quarter. He's been making some more throws. He's been going for it more often. It's just, I'm really hoping to see something out of him right now.
So am I. I'm really hoping to see something out of him, and especially Rivers. I mean, as you said, he is looking a lot more confident in that pocket, but LN has stopped our run game completely.
They really have. We haven't gotten any big runs, and they completely shut down Kendall Garnett. He was our best player on offense that first half, and he hasn't really been able to do much this half.
I do agree with you there. And Rivers now stepping back in the pocket. He's going to air this one out, and it's going to be overthrown. Intended target looks to be number
Pass
1 of
intended for
Kyron
number 1,
Williams.
Kyron Williams falls
Now, that's a
incomplete.
tough pocket to make. That is a really tough throw to make, and he almost got
Double
it.
man coverage on that too.
He had the opening. It is you need almost pitch perfect pass for that, but
Yeah.
still, it was only like a foot overthrown. It wasn't too much. It was almost there, and I like to see that he's at least going for it. You know, at least he's trying for those throws. At least he's trying to make something happen. So he still has hopes in this game.
Yeah, he does. I mean, there's still, like I said, a whole other quarter to play. The play is going to be called dead. Wonder for a false start. It was be a false start on offense. They're going to step back a little bit.
And these penalties, you just can't have happening, especially in the situation you're in. You're down 19. You need to make something happen, and the further
And the
back
5-yard
you get
penalty
pushed, the
will
more
bring
pressure
the
that gets
Warriors
put
back
on you.
to
Yeah.
the
The more
15-yard
pressure
line.
that gets put on you, the harder it's going to be to actually make something happen.
And the closer to your own end zone is the more scarier, the more tense, the more nervous you're going to get. And I don't think you can play that well. A very low snap. Rivers is not going to find someone open. He's going to underthrow it to Kyron Williams. That's going to be an incomplete throw.
And a pass
That
intended
throw was
for number
just,
1, Kyron
that was a
Williams
bad
falls
luck throw there.
incomplete.
Yeah, he had a lot of pressure on him, so I don't completely blame
That brings up
him on that
3rd and
throw,
15.
but I feel like he's wide open. You got to make it there. You got to figure out a way to get that ball to him. And our O-line, they kind of just let 2 D linemen through right away. They need to figure out how to stop them, get better blocking, fix their blocking right now, and we'll finally get something going. Jaden Rivers takes the snap. He's going to look over. He finds Kendall Garnett. Kendall Garnett makes a move, and he just gets.
It's like he's going to throw a little spin move out
Yeah.
there, hit the little B button on the controller there, hit a little spin move.
Catch is made by number
And
25,
I'm not sure where he
Kendall
was planning on
Garnett.
going with that one.
Yeah, he got wrapped around at the
3 yards
legs.
gained on the play. That brings up 4th
And here
and
comes our
12.
punt team.
Hopefully our defense is able to put up another stop. Hopefully a big stop here. Madden or even Jackson's able to pick up a nice little pick here.
We're going to need some sort of turnover if we want this game. We need to get good field position, specifically on their side of the field.
Yeah. Damien going to put a boot up on it. It's going to hit the 50, and it's going to get a nice bounce. That's going to end about their 30-yard line.
Really good punt there,
And
and that was an
Davian
amazing
Shanklin
bounce. I
punt
mean,
is down
perfect spin on that
inside
ball,
the
and
30-yard
boom, it just
line.
rocketed towards their end zone.
By number
Put them on the
37,
30-yard
David
line,
Shelton.
and our defense is going to come out here and need to make a huge stop.
That will be a massive stop.
Fans with 8 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. At
8
this
seconds
time,
left
all
in the third
concession
quarter.
stands are
It's going to be
closed unless
first
you're
down
already in line.
on their own 30-yard
All
line. Let's see
concession
what
stands will
Ellen will
close
come out here and
at
do.
the beginning of the 3rd quarter, or at the end, excuse me, of the 3rd quarter.
Ellen's offense now coming back out for it. Wonder what their plans are here.
At this point, you're up 26-7. There's basically 1 quarter left. I feel like they're gonna start trying to chew that clock down.
I feel like they will too. They're going to get a massive run with more there, what it looks like. I mean, he's been unstoppable today, Jack. I don't understand how he's able to do it in and out. He's been able to pick up yards and yards and yards.
Yeah, number 2, Demario Moore. Even though he's a wide receiver, they've been giving him the ball in a few rushes here, and it has worked out pretty solid for them. He'll get these short throws, and he'll make something out of them. He'll get these little run plays, and he'll make something out of him. It's just interesting how much versatility he has on this side of the field. Now, 3 seconds left in the third quarter. Looks like it's 2nd and 6 on their own 34.
And number 34, Marcus Bell, he's going to wrap him up and show him to the ground. And that's going to end your third quarter. That was a massive loss for LN, and that was a massive gain for Warren.
Yeah, huge stop there by Marcus Bell. And I feel like that's happened a few times this game, 3 or 4 times. He has gotten in there so fast and able to just wrap up the running back.
Here's an instant replay of it, showing you exactly on how he did it, pushing that O-lineman out the way, and that gator roll, once again, he's able to just wrap him up so easily and end this quarter with a simple little tackle that just proves him on how much of a dog he really is.
With pink buckets to
it really does,
and
as you can see here, both teams are huddled up. I mean, so far, our defense, I know they've scored 26 points on us, but if we're being real here, our defense has had some pretty good stops. It had some pretty good plays. It's just the offense gets off the field so quick that majority of this game has been spent on defense for Warren.
Yeah, it really has. And I mean, it kind of has been like that for most games that we played. It's been a defensive side of the game for Warren Central Warriors. And as much as it is to say that you have an awesome defense, you got to say you have a great defense to hold that up too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want to keep them out on the field constantly. You're going to need something out of your offense to make sure that the defense has a break and that the defense will build – that the defense has some sort of trust in the offense. So right now, we're going to need to come out here, make a stop, and we're just going to have to hope that the offense can make something happen.
Yeah, I hope so too. And to be honest, the way he's going to start is this defense showing a stop here. And he's going to toss that ball to number 8 of Chandler once again, and he's going to run his shoe off. Literally run his shoes off. I mean, that was impressive. They would have run your shoe off and then still pick up about 2 or 3 yards there. Hey, I'll give props to them. Yeah. I'll give props when they're due, and that was definitely something. I don't know, if I run my shoe off, I'm going down. I need my shoe.
Yeah, because I feel like I'd be scared if like someone else.
Someone steps on my foot or something. I mean, it's already bad enough through the shoe just having a cleat stepped on, but barefoot, man, that is scary. Tanner not taking the snap. He's going to hand off to number 3 of Moore. He's going to run to the outside again. He's going to throw a little spin moves on him. He's going to pick up a few yards, but there is a flag out on the play. I wonder if it's a legal man in motion.
Yeah, flag came out pretty early. It's either going to be holding.
Maybe even a little bit of a false start.
Maybe even a false start. But Xavier Moore, he made that little spin move. He got past 2 defenders.
Yes, he did.
He was going. It's just crazy how shifty he can be.
Hey, that B button does a lot of good work. That spin move is something that is well used.
Yeah. And it looks like they are moving back here. And it's going to be holding on the offense.
After a big play like that, that's not necessarily something you want to see. And also from another play of Chandler when he ran out of his shoe, I mean, he was able to pick up a few yards there, and it's now 1st and 20.
Yeah, they're basically back to where they started on this drive.
Fans, once again, the concession stands are closed at this time.
And it's just, it's something that I know Ellen is not very happy to see, especially the head coach. I mean, being 1st and 20, this isn't their first time being this far back either. It's not. But Moore is going to pick up the yards again, and he's going to find the first down and some, and they're right back at it.
And that's just, like we said in the pregame, he is just so explosive and he is so quick. That's why he is arguably the best player on this team.
Yeah.
When he gets the ball, he can make anything happen. If he gets a hole, you basically know he's getting 20 yards at least. And there he got around 30 and picked up everything they just lost.
I do agree with you there. I mean, he picked up everything they lost, plus way more. Plus about 15 yards. And so he's a magical man with this ball, and he's one heck of a player that you really got to keep your eye out on. I can't imagine what his highlight film looks like. Moore now with the ball again. He's going to run outside. He's going to run up top and to the out-of-bounds area.
And another strong suit that you can tell is he can change direction so easy. It looked like he was going to go left. They ran a little counter, so he popped it out to the right, and boom, he's gone. The instant he changes his direction, he can just have so much acceleration and burst.
He makes that cut look so easy and so clean. He makes it look like anybody can do it.
He really does, and he makes you want to go out there and do it.
I kind of do want to put the pads back on, Jack. I really do. I want to get back out there. LN now getting set, getting ready for this snap here. Tanner now going to hand it back off to Moore. He's going to run right out to the outside once again, and he's going to be short of the first down in what it looks like.
But if I was LN here, I wouldn't be complaining about 2 rushes for 9
He's
yards.
picking up about 3 or 5 yards each rush.
So at this point, you might just want to keep feeding him, keep chewing that clock down, and keep gaining your easy yardage.
Yeah. I mean, as long as LN's offense has the ball, they're chewing that clock down, and they're eating time off of it, and they have a three possession lead.
And here, even if they don't pick this up, it's only 1 yard. They'll probably go for it on 4th down. I don't see why not.
I don't see why not either. It doesn't hurt, and even if Warren does have a touchdown, they are still in a 2-possession lead. But hand it off to Moore once again, and they will pick up a first down there.
Looks like they're going to be around Warren's 20-yard line, maybe closer to the 22. Yeah, around the 22. And this is rough. This has been a rough game for the Warriors. They don't seem at all what they have been all season.
Yeah. And so I'm quite wondering what exactly is going through Warren's defensive mind. All of the defense.
It's just they have so much weapons to account for that they have to deal with. It's really hard to stop this LN team.
It really is. I mean, you have the wide receivers that are open pretty much at most of the time, kind of, and then you have Moore making these quick little run plays that are costing them 5 to 8 yards each time. And like that, Moore getting the ball again. He's running right up the middle, and he's able to pick up another 4 to 5 yards.
And it is really fun to watch him run. He just like bounces around.
He bounces around like a ping pong.
He's just flying around the field. But it's not fun when you're.
It's not fun when it's on the wrong team.
Yeah, so we're really gonna need a lot to happen here. We're gonna need a turnover, and we're gonna need both defense and offense to play the best they've ever played if they even want to come back in this game.
Yeah, I do agree with you there, but you never really quite know. It might just happen. Moore's going to run it outside once again, and he's going to pick up the first down again. I mean, this is now about the 5th, 6th consecutive run he's had.
And he's
got to be tired at some point.
You'd think that, but it doesn't seem like he's slowing down at all. He came all the way from their own 30-yard line all the way down to our 13-yard line.
Yeah.
He's taken it all the way downfield, and he has been their sole offense this drive. So why stop using him? Unless if he is actually, like, getting tired.
I don't know. He has the hands on the hips. He's ready. I think he's ready for bed, past his bedtime or something.
Maybe they do try a pass here. Maybe they do try switching up the offense.
You never know. Turning out underneath the center. Turner's going to keep the ball and try and run up the middle. He said, I want some of this action.
Yeah, a little QB draw on the 13-yard line. That's not something you see too often. You see a QB draw, QB sneak around inside the 5, inside the 3, but
yeah,
around the 13 is kind of an interesting play call.
And I do apologize. That last run with Moore, he did not pick up the first down, but Turner did.
1 yard gain that brings the ball up to the 10-yard line.
And so Turner picking up the first down there, showing that he's able to run up the middle. He's not afraid to get a little hit.
Yeah, it's good to see that your quarterback wants to get in the action too. You know?
Yeah, but it's scary though at the same time.
It is a little scary.
Moore picking up the ball. He's going to run out to the left side. He's going to get tackled about the 5-yard line. And
Give once again to number 3,
he's
Xavier
unstoppable,
Moore.
Jack.
He is unstoppable. Our defense can't find an answer. There's no solution
Number
to him right now.
29, Aaron
And
Durham on the
in
tackle.
that first quarter, the solution was
5
our
yards
D-line.
gained
They
on
were
the play.
getting
That
in,
brings
and
up
even
2nd and
sometimes
5.
in the third quarter, they were breaking through the O-line and getting those 5-yard losses on Moore. But now it just seems like we can't do anything.
Yeah, it just seems like there's no answer to stopping this man. And to be honest, I can't even give a solution to stop him. I don't quite really know on how to.
He's just making really good plays, and you can't do anything about that.
Yeah, and it's good for LN, but bad for us. Moore now picking up the gain, and he's going to run into the end zone. But flags are thrown,
Penalty markers
so
on the field.
this could be called back, depending on who the flags are on.
It was a little early, so I'm going to guess it's a holding.
I'm going to guess it's a holding, too.
Because, I mean, he did have a wide-open gap there. He got in there. No one touched him.
It is holding for LN, and so that touchdown will be called back, and they will be redoing the play. As you can see there in the replay, you can easily tell the right guard was holding. Will look to be J.J. Finch, and J.J.'s probably not too happy about that. He hates being holded.
Especially when you know he's going to get in there. You know he has that aggressiveness. It's just – but he can also complain because it puts them back 10, 15 yards. So
it puts them back about 5 yards there. So they're now going to be about 10 yards, actually. They're now on the 15-yard line when they were on the 5. I think I'm going to call this play. I'm going to call it the Moore bounces out to the outside.
That's what we've seen all day, so I wouldn't be surprised.
There it is. Moore with the run. He goes up the middle a little bit, and the turf monster actually tackles him on this one.
And the give
He slides
is
out.
to number 3, Xavier Moore.
And like I've said, he can just change direction so easily. That was obviously going to be an outside run. All the blockers were to the right, but he saw that there was an opening in the middle, so he just took it. He, boom, cut to the middle
6
and
yards
took it and
gained
got
on the
easy
play. That
5
brings
yards.
up 3rd and 9.
Yeah. I mean, that's a really good read play from him, and that's something you really want to see in a running back. And almost every running back you have is that hand-eye coordination and that field-eye coordination. If you see all the blockers up on the high side and you see an opening down low, you want him to be able to cut back through and hit that massive hole that is there.
Exactly.
5 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. LN has had most of the ball.
North.
And it looks like Ellen's going to call their second timeout of this half. Here, they have taken, I would say 6 minutes off the clock. Like,
Just about, yeah.
they have taken almost all of this fourth quarter away. And that is just, it's going to secure them the win here. We're down, Warriors are down 19. It's almost impossible for them to mount a comeback without something insane happening.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. I mean, as we were saying earlier, they're just trying to chew out the clock here. And so, I mean, them keeping this ball as much as they can is really helping them out.
Here comes back out Warrior defense and Ellen's offense. Looks like they're placed around the 9-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 9 here.
Fans with 5 minutes and
5 minutes and
53
50 seconds
to
left,
go in
like
the
you
game.
said.
Now is the perfect time to
What
get
do you
a
think they
hold
do?
of
Do you think
your
they go
ride.
for the touchdown, or are
Call
they just going
or
to keep
text
running
your
the clock
ride.
out and put it
Please
into the
have
running
them
back's
meet
hands?
you.
Well, if they keep on running the clock out and giving it to the running back's hands, they're going to end up scoring a touchdown the way it looks.
It does seem like that at this rate. Maybe they do run it and just go for it on 4th down, because why not at this point?
And especially on where they're at, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't go for 4th down. Turner now going to give it a little pass. Love, he's going to find an open man, and he's going to fall into the end zone. That is number 1 of Marshawn Sells, and he finally gets a touchdown today. That puts LN 32-7. 4 possessions up now.
Yeah, it looks like this game's over at this point. I don't see Warren being able to come back, especially with how they've been playing. And this Ellen offense, it just seems unstoppable. Like every single person
It really
on their offense
does.
seems unstoppable.
And it's sad to say, but, I mean, LN, they've been one heck of a team coming into it. I mean, from start to finish, they're able to do anything they want at any time.
And to do this against Warren's defense is an impressive feat in its own because our defense has been really strong this year.
And the extra point is good. That's going to put them up 33-7, 5 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter.
Is good with 5 minutes and
down
45
26.
seconds remaining in the
Warren's
game.
going to need something
Your
crazy to happen.
Warriors
We're going to
7,
need
Lawrence North
4 quick scores
33.
with 4 quick stops, which just is almost impossible. So it looks like this game's going to be over for Warren here. At this point, you just want to try fixing the mistakes that you've made. You want to try smoothing out your game and making it more.
You got to make it more comfortable, more relaxed for our Warriors. I mean, because they're still coming into this game like it's still in reach, which it technically is. I mean, there's still 5 minutes, and 5 minutes left to go in a game is a lot.
It is a lot, especially in high school. I feel like a lot of things can happen, a lot of unpredictable things can happen.
Yeah, a lot of unpredictable things can happen. I mean, especially if our offense is able to pick up some picks, maybe even a pick six, it would really help out. But you never really know, and it could just be where it's a quick little 3 easy downs for our offense, and LN offense is back on the field with the ball again. They run out the clock.
Yeah, if we don't score on this drive, if we give the ball quickly, LN's just going to run it out. I don't see how we're going to stop the running back. We're just going to take it downfield while chewing on the clock.
Yeah, I do agree with that. And it could be this game could last another 20 minutes. This game could be over by the next 5.
Exactly.
And so it's really unpredictable on how to tell when this is over. But here comes the kick from LN. He's going to put a boot on it. That's going to be a touchback once again. That kid has a leg on him.
Yeah, that's like the 4th touchback this game.
Yeah,
it
is.
The 20-yard line.
It's been interesting. It would have been 5 if we didn't take it on that 1 yard line.
Yeah, that 1 yard line.
Stand on the fence or in the aisle.
Here comes the Warrior offense, and we're really looking here. We need someone to make a play. Kyron Williams, he could be the star player that we need. When he's on the field, he's just so quick. He can get that opening. He can get that deep threat. But then you also got people like Chaz Corley, Eric Hester that are just so big. If you just throw it up to them, they're also deep threats.
Yeah. But you know what I do want to see, though, Jack? I want to see Eric Hester getting the ball. Just like he did in the BD game in the end zone, Rivers able to lob it up to him. Eric Hester jumped up for it. Quick little touchdown.
I really want to see it, too, and I feel like we haven't been utilizing him how we should.
No, I don't think so. I do not think so whatsoever. And Kendall Garnett there with a quick little run right up the middle.
It's kind of like the throwing in the white towel, you know?
It's kind of sad to see. And I don't feel like we need to be thrown in the white towel. I think this is the time where we put 110% of the effort. Just like Kendall Garnett is there. He's going to find a hole, and he's going to find a opening, and he's going to run it halfway down the field. Kendall Garnett's not throwing in nothing yet.
Yeah, he's always going full power. He always going full throttle. He wants to show that he earns this spot. He wants to show that he's the key player on this offense.
Yeah, he really does. And I can't blame him. I mean, if I feel like my team is throwing in the white towel and I'm not ready to do that yet, I'm not stopping. I'll be a one-man army. That's what he is.
I love watching him run because every single time he runs, it seems like he's got something to prove.
Yeah. I mean, he even though he's earned that starting spot, he still feels like he needs to earn it day in and day out. Just like that, he was able to run up the middle, truck a few D linemen, and pick up another 1 or 2 yards.
Looks like there's going to be around 4 minutes and 59 seconds left in this fourth quarter. It's going to be around 2nd and 6. We're on LN's, what would you say, 46-yard line?
I'd say just about so, Jack. Rivers now ready for the snap. He's going to drop back. He's going to hand it over, throw it over to what looks to be Eric Hester, exactly who we were talking about. Yep, number 87 of Eric Hester. He's going to jump up and grab the ball and pick up a few little yards there.
That was in double coverage, too. That is exactly why you need to get him the ball. He can make these big plays. He's so aggressive and so physical. I don't know why we haven't been trying to do that from the start.
I do agree with that. Kendall Garnett now with the ball again. He's going to get wrapped up by number 4 of Lansford again. And
once again to number
as I was saying
25,
earlier, that
Kendall
gator
Garnett.
wrap is exactly what a D lineman uses every single time.
Deion Lunsford.
And it feels like this half, Kendall Garnett has been either big play or the complete opposite and has been a huge loss. It's almost like our O-line has been really inconsistent this half compared to the first half.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. And it's exciting and a little nervous and a little anxious to see what left in the tank for our Warriors. Looks to be a timeout on Warren there. Coach Casey going to throw in a timeout. 3 minutes and 23 seconds, or 3 minutes and 23 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. 33-7. Lawrence North is up.
It's going to be a fourth down play here. Obviously, we're going to go for it because at this point, you have nothing to lose. At this point, if you're Warren, you have nothing to lose.
Yeah, you really don't. And as my favorite words are going, throw up a Hail Mary. See what happens.
At this point, not too much has been working except for that run game, but on 4th and 6, you wouldn't really want to run it. So maybe they do go for a Hail Mary, but I don't really see it happening. I feel like we need to get it up to Chaz Cole. We need to get up to Eric Hester. One of these big men, let them make a play.
Yeah, I mean, you really do. You got our wide receivers are 6 feet and above, besides Kyron. But Kyron's a slot position guy.
Yeah.
And if you throw it up to Chaz Corley, Eric Hester, it's more than likely going to come down in their hands.
Here comes Warrior offense on 4th and 6.
Rivers now stepping back in the pocket. He's getting comfortable, getting the feet set. He takes a snap. He's going to drop back. He's going to drop up to the upside. It's like the intended target was number 35 of Javon Guest. It looks like he threw behind his back there. That was a bad throw on Rivers again. I wonder what's going through his head, man, coming into this. I mean, I understand that you got a bit of weight on your shoulders of trying to keep the streak alive, but this is not what you want to see. I mean, this has just been a bad game for Rivers, all in all.
And it's been interesting to watch because it doesn't seem like he's ever gotten a groove. He might have had that one touchdown drive.
Yeah.
That's the only time we ever really saw him get something going.
And there was a flag out on the play on LN. Not sure what the flag was exactly, but Warren's going to move up to their 30-yard line now, and they do get a first down. I mean, it's not what you want to see to get yards, but it does help. Kendall Garnett now getting the ball. He's going to find an opening on the bottom side. He's going to run up and get a few yards, about 1 or 2 yards there.
And to give this to number 25.
And we just keep feeding him. 3 minutes left in this fourth quarter. We're just going to keep feeding him, let the clock run out at this point, and hope maybe he can get another breakout run and take it to the house.
Yeah. But as an offense, you don't want to see just a one-score thing. You don't want just one player having to score. You want to be able to be like, yeah, I scored 2. Yeah, I scored also. You want to see that. And it's not looking like that's going to happen here. Rivers now backing up in the pocket. He's going to get sacked by number 23 of Caleb Beaver. And that was a massive sack for LN there to slow down the clock even more and run it out. And that's not anything what a Warrior wants to see there.
And that's kind of something new for LN. We haven't really seen them sack Jaden Rivers all game.
This is the second sack of the game.
And that just shows how much our offense is kind of breaking down at this point in the game. We just keep falling and falling more and more.
It really has. But that's also shown you how much of a good O-line we have besides LN. They've been sacked about 2 or 3 times. I believe about 3 times now, but with a lot of QB rushes. And this looks to be the third sack for LN, number 0 of Marcus Jackson getting the sack on that one. And I think I'm going to take my statement back of the O-line. That hurt. That breaks my heart. From a previous O-lineman, that breaks my heart to see that happen.
Yeah, it seemed like they got in there fast. 2, 3, 4 LN got it. 4 LN players got in there really quickly on Jaden Rivers, and he can't do anything in that situation.
He can't. He kind of just wrapped up the ball and took it. And I mean, that's all you really got to do there.
He didn't even have the opportunity to throw it away. That's when you know it's bad. Is when if you don't even have the opportunity to throw the ball away, it's rough out there.
Yeah, it's rough. But I will take back my statement.
Looks like Anthony Dennison is getting put in the game.
Number 17 of Anthony Dennison, a.k.a. AD. Hasn't been in the game yet, but week 1 and week 5, week 6, he was able to throw a few dimes out there and hopefully see what he can do here. With 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go. Anthony not getting the snap. He's backing up in the pocket. He throws it to Javon Guest. Javon picks up a few yards there. That was a perfect throw from Anthony right out the gate.
Yeah, it looks like they got around 15 yards there. Obviously, it was 4th and 28, so turnover on downs. Here comes Ellen's offense just to move the game out.
Yeah.
There's no reason for Warren to call a timeout or anything. It's over. Just let the game out.
Let the clock run out. Maybe do one more play.
Yeah, Ellen should take one game. It should be over.
Stadium, please do so in
maybe 2.
a quick and orderly fashion.
Just about.
Please do not stand by the locker room or anywhere on any
This
of the
isn't
fences.
exactly what you would like to
Toward the
see
exit
from
and
Warren,
toward the parking lot.
but
the stadium will close immediately.
But,
After the
I
game.
mean,
Thank you.
it is what it is. As we said earlier, 2 perfect teams coming into this game and 2 tough teams. But LN showed in, showed out, and they showed who the boss was.
Yeah, and they're going to stay undefeated now, and they're probably going to move up from number 6. After being the number 4 ranked Warren Central Warriors, I have a feeling they're going to move up to top 3.
I do agree with you there.
And obviously Warren is probably going to fall down a little bit, but I don't think they're going to fall out the top 10. I don't see why
I don't see why.
Being 6-1, you did beat the reigning champs. I do feel like they're going to stay top 10, maybe even fall down to the number 6 spot. Or the number
LN
7.
taking a knee there. LN will take the win here at the Warren Nation Stadium. And it's not what you want to see, man.
It's not what you want to see at all. It was just an overall bad game from Warren. They
Yeah.
had nothing going for them other than the run game in the first half, but even that wasn't enough to take them all the way.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, it was a great game for LN and Warren Central defense. I mean, they didn't score as much as we thought that they would have. It was a 33-7 game, but Warren Nation offense needs to step up.
They really do, because as you saw, the defense was on the field the whole game, basically.
It was a defensive game.
You just can't have that happening. Our defense is going to get tired. They're going to give up those big plays because their stamina is running low.
Yeah, I do agree with you there. And we were trying to find key points with Rivers getting out there and trying to find something to spark up, and it never happened. But the one big play that did happen was when Anthony came in, and he was able to throw a 15-yard dot to Javon Guest to pick up 15 yards. But unfortunately, that was at the very end of the game. And I feel like Rivers, he might be dropping down in the depth chart.
It looks like this week, probably at practice, they're going to figure out if they want to switch. They're going to have some competition. They're going to have some choices.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if changes are made.
And it definitely is going to happen next week during practice. And they're just going to have to evaluate what happened. I know that film room will be busy tomorrow morning. But defensive side, Madden, 2 picks. Amazing game on Madden. Immediately, J.J. Finch, a sack. Amazing game on him. Marcus Bell, 2 sacks, and I don't know how many tackles for losses. I can't count that many on my fingers. Yeah. There was a lot going on with the defensive game. I mean, Damian Shanklin also had a sack. There's so much going into it on a defensive side. As we said, it was a defensive-sided game. And so we just need our offense to step up and step in just how LN's offense stepped up with Turner there.
Yeah, we're definitely going to need a bounce-back week next week, but that's all for me. Do you got anything else?
I ain't got anything else. Our next game is against Carmel here at Warren, and we'll send y'all to the desk.
What is up, Warrior Nation? We are here with the post-game show, and unfortunately what happened tonight, unfortunately your Warriors fell short to LN. Of course, the score coming out to 33-7. Hayden, what do you think about the game?
I feel like we have a lot to pick it up on the offensive side and defensive side. Obviously, our defense is still good. We can still have to pick it up on the offensive side. Coach K has to say something about that, and we'll have to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a whole rebuilding session, as Coach K knows. But a lot of teams, lose. A lot of teams go undefeated. A lot of teams go, on a losing streak. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, our Warriors are still great no matter what.
Yeah.
And although they lost today, next week could be a different story. 2 weeks could be a different story. This entire season is not over yet. This is not a season ender. This is a time for Warren just to rebuild.
Yes. I see that no matter the loss, we could still we're obviously going to be able to make it to the postseason if we don't drop the next 2 games. And I feel like we can still win and we can still go to state. I feel like we can still win state championship. Even though this game was a loss, we're still beating the teams we need to beat. Ellen is just a tough opponent, and they always will be tough. And I feel like this was still a good game. There's still a lot to pick up.
Yes, there is a lot of build-up, especially with the offense and everything. And, well, that's for the show today. Thank you so much for tuning into the live stream. We have been the Warrior Sports Network, and we'll see you next time.